Hello, hello, hello.
Lost in the Script, episode 135, The Blame Game.
I actually changed it early for some reason, didn't.
Headed into 2024. Today I'm on my light skin shit.
Hold on, let me do something real quick.
But I'm going to have dark skin tendencies.
Now you sound like Drake. Hold on, y'all. This is going to annoy me.
Shout out to George. Mr. George Wilkins has made his grand return to the Lost in the Script TV show.
Rosa, no, I'm not new.
Ain't having none of that unfiltered, dishonorable shit today. And where that mic at? Travis Jock riding dishonorable cheerleading ass. Hello to everyone. Shout out to Rosie.
Shout out.
May Smiles. She gave George a shout out. Ever think this honorable shit might actually get you monitored? And that's it. And Rosie said,
No, Rosie's not new here.
She's not new here.
You're doing too much. Anyway, man, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being here today on this good Saturday. Another week in the books. We got a lot to talk about.
Regina will not be here today.
Yeah, she has other engagement.
She's in the what's the name of that center in New York?
In New York.
What's the name of that where the big place to go perform?
Madison Square Garden.
She's in the Madison Square Garden tonight.
Yeah.
At the Duke Ellington.
Yeah. She's performing
jazz performance.
So yeah, shout out to her. Hopefully she has a good time.
I'll put the flyer up in the ends if y'all want to go check her out. You could pay online in person to see her. So
okay.
I put her on vacation while I clean house.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. We're gonna get right into it, I guess. A lot of stuff to get to. It's a good Saturday. Hope you had a stress-free week as possible. All right, let's get to it. Already showing stuff. The Color Purple. Box office, The Color Purple hits 25 million after 2 days. I will go ahead and say we did not get a chance to watch The Color Purple, so we're not going to give a review of it. We're just going to do a reaction to the first 2 days of
He laughing. That's fucked up, George.
So The Color Purple, this movie is not based off of the
hot ass garbage.
It's not based off the movie from the 1985. I think it was 1985, right? 84, one of them. It's not based off that movie. This is more closer to the play
musical.
Or it's a musical. So the reaction to this movie across social media I saw has been Color Purple. You know,
y'all would want to support that shit.
To the people that like the first movie, as far as the content, those same people will enjoy this movie. To the people that have a different understanding of what this movie represents and how it impacted and definitely changed the Black American not culture, but family
dynamic,
outlook, the views towards the Black family or the Black community in general. I don't believe it either.
I don't like that either.
Oh, like that either. Okay. Let me just show this. Hold on. It says here.
I can kiss my
Oprah. Oprah had a lot of smoke this going into this movie. People started throwing her name around with the.
She said, "Rosie, my smile says."
Did you watch
I love the movie.
Did you watch this one? Did you watch this one in the movie theater, or you talking about the older one?
Which one, Rosie? Shout out to Cherry Wood.
What up, Cherry?
Wonderful movie. Rosie Smiles, did you go in theater and see it, or did you watch it online? I don't figure it's Rosie. That's why you new to me.
I don't think you can watch. I think this movie is only in theaters right now.
You can purchase it on Amazon Prime.
No, it's the old one.
No, the new one. You can purchase it.
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm surprised they would do that.
You can buy it. You can't rent it. You got to buy it.
It says here, The Color Purple added 7.1 million on Tuesday, bringing in domestic. Oh, yeah?
Yes, I went the day after Christmas.
All right, bringing domestic box office tally to an impressive 25 million after 2 days of release. The Warner Brothers film and adaptation of the book turned beloved movie turned hit Broadway musical, opening theaters on Monday and nearly set the holiday record with 18 million, making the largest Christmas Day opening for a movie since 2009 and the second biggest Christmas Day opening of all time.
George said you can look at it online for free, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I like both the new and the original movie.
Okay. Well,
if you'd rather go see the Marvels.
This movie, the original at least, we know that it's being considered a classic movie, although it has some controversial.
Not being considered it in the black community, it is a classic movie.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it's been considered that. Although it does have a controversial out. Some people have found this movie very controversial, especially the one back in the day. But I will say, when I saw this here, I was kind of surprised, but I wasn't.
You were taken aback.
I wasn't when I thought about it, because a lot of people, this movie didn't need a lot of pub, because it's a timeless movie. The name Color Purple in itself rings loud. So if you announce you're putting this movie out,
then they had some known actors in it.
Yeah.
Or musicians.
Yeah, exactly. So
if you consider that a classic, your standards have become teal, low, and quality is a thing of the past.
Now, I remember watching the movie as a kid.
The truth is also controversial. The distant past. What was the controversy?
Well, back in the 80s, the NAACP, a few other black people in the community, prominent people in the community, didn't like this movie depicted a certain image in the black community, particularly the black male image.
Mr.
And a few other characters. His father, old Mr.
George Hines would vomit. Sing this today.
And the person who wrote it, Alice Walker, she was a controversial figure in her own right.
Give some backdrop on her.
Yeah, she was a controversial figure in her own right with the books that she wrote, her political and social outlook as far as the black woman agenda and such. So it was controversial in that time because her outlook and other things seemed to have seeped into this book and
lackluster.
Yeah, this book and in this movie. But I want to show this as well. Now, it did well the first 2 days, and then they put out this right here. It says the Color Purple nosedives at the box office $3 million on Wednesday. It says on Christmas Day, the film amassed a record-setting $18 million in box office receipts. The following day, it fell close to 7% and grossed $7 million. And on Wednesday, it fell even more and just made a measly $3 million. Meanwhile, Wonka, whatever were the top names of other movies.
Aquaman, Wonka.
Now, that could be because people are planning on going to see this movie on the weekend or today.
That's true. A lot of people work during the weekday, and maybe they're planning on going to go see it this weekend.
Maybe, but this was a week where a lot of people was off during the week. So, I don't know. But I'm going to give...
You got to wait till after this weekend to see if the numbers come out to see if it balances itself.
Yeah, and before we give a review on it, we're going to see it first, and then we'll talk about the political stuff behind it. This was just recognizing that the movie is out right now.
So it's unofficial. DCU or production causes its numbers are going to drop even lower. So George said the numbers are going to drop even lower after. I'll wait to have an opinion.
Well, there's some people that believe that a lot of the first couple of days sales, a lot of that was just the studio itself purchases, free tickets, yada yada yada. That they believe that this was inflated numbers.
Payola.
Maybe. We don't know. Like I said, we'll see when we finally actually get to see it, and we'll see the numbers after the weekend. All right. Along with this, AMC apologizes to NC civil rights leader removed from the Color Purple screening over seating issue. We sincerely apologize to Bishop Barber for how he is treated and for the frustration and inconvenience brought to him, his family, and his guests, AMC Theater said Wednesday. What?
Nothing.
So, did you see this right here?
Yes. He said he always takes his, he has a special chair he has because he has arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said he takes it to the White House. He takes it to Congress. He takes it to restaurants, anywhere he goes. And for some reason, when he went to this particular movie theater, they said he couldn't use his chair. Mm-hmm. The cops were called. He turned it into a
bigger deal.
He turned it into discrimination towards people who have disabilities.
Okay, ableist.
And he wasn't arrested. He walked out. But then, he had the movie theater call, apologized to him, and got everybody involved.
Was this more of a non-story, you think?
It felt like it was a non-story.
I am going to admit, though, there were a lot of people that were, because going into this movie, Tahira P. Henson was a big topic. A lot of other things was a big topic going into this movie. Some people believe that this was used to create
more controversy around the movie, give it bring
more publicity to the movie. Yeah. So this seemed kind of...
George said it's not watchable, or rather watch bleach dry my eyes. George too hyped up that movie, they would do anything.
So I think there's another story. Another story that just keep on giving. Tasha K.
Who don't give a fuck.
People who don't care and just want publicity and numbers. Kevin Hart files lawsuit against YouTuber Tasha K for extortion, defamation. She don't care.
At this point, maybe she feels like she has nothing to lose.
I believe that she has taken the route of being the lightning rod, that she don't care about lawsuits.
Well, tell them what you really think. Whose shoes she's trying to come in and fill?
Wendy Williams. I think she looks at it like, no matter how many times you sue me, if I get the numbers, the money will come and you'll realize at some point that you're not getting nothing back.
Kevin Hart is weak.
So y'all see what she accused Kevin, in the interview, what Kevin Hart was accused of, should I say. Saying that in the car crash he had, what's she saying?
Kevin Hart might be Diddy's apprentice.
I don't know. And let me say this.
Bottom power. Power bottom.
Oh, damn. You comparing Kevin Hart to TD Jakes now? TD Jakes.
Diddy loves the black man.
Well, yeah, that seems to be. Let me stop. So Kevin Hart was accused of. Remember that car crash he had a couple years ago?
That we found suspicious and we talked about it?
That didn't make sense. They said that he was driving with his trainer.
And his wife's trainer was in the car.
So him.
And it was a 2-seater, by the way, small. It was like a racing car.
Yeah, and his wife was at home, allegedly. I thought it might have been some swinging going on more than likely.
Possibly still could be.
Now, allegedly what she's saying is, or the person she interviewed is saying that he paid $4 million for somebody to take the
route, to take whatever
credit.
Judgment that would come.
Yeah, take credit for the car crash he had. Then he was accused of having an affair, yada yada yada. You know, all this other stuff.
That's what's in the news right now. He's having an affair and he has somebody pregnant.
Didn't he already get caught with this or something?
And him and his wife came out and said, "I don't give a fuck."
Well, here's what I want to know, right? Why do people care
about Kevin Hart?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Like, we already think this stuff. If you already believe or think this stuff of him, sitting down in an interview with Tasha K and having somebody
you have
say
a lot of people out here who are invested in these celebrities and want to hear about all their skeletons and what goes on in their life. It's like a soap opera for them.
Yeah, I think they just view these people's lives 24/7 as entertainment.
Or some people like living through their lives
vicariously.
Yep, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's part's true as well. But it seems to me that it's not really something people most people should be interested in. Kevin Hart is suing controversial YouTuber Tasha K.
I don't care about him, and he just as funny as Haddish. Not. I don't care.
Okay, I'm good. I'm glad most of y'all don't care.
I don't care either.
Kevin Hart is suing controversial YouTuber Tasha K for extortion after she allegedly threatened to release a bombshell interview with his ex-assistant. Yeah, she also said, hey, if you want the interview to come out, give me $250K and it'll go away. And he sued her for extortion. In the filing, Kevin's legal team says on November 22nd, 2023, that they sent a letter to Tasha K regarding her recent and ongoing violation of his civil and criminal law, addressed with the infamous YouTuber real name, LaTasha. What's that? He said it? Transrena?
Transrena.
I guess it's her husband's last name. The filing demanded she immediately cease and desist all such activity. It continued, yada, yada, yada. I'm still wondering, how did Tasha K platform grew around 2020, 2021. It reached a certain level of popularity. She was already existed before then, but that's probably was the peak of her platform. Lawsuits came from Cardi B with what happened with that situation. And now you got Kevin Hart suing her. A few other people have allegedly threatened to sue her.
But Cardi B's the only one that followed through.
I don't know where this goes. Like, she's clearly going to keep going. At some point, you're going to sue her and you're not going to get nothing. There's no money. What's the point? And the platform is there. It's not, you can't stop the platform no more. The numbers is there. The audience is already. There's clearly an audience for it.
It would be unfair to say you shouldn't care if it's not true, because if you had a rumor out there or accusations that was put towards you, you would not want that to be out there. So I can't say that.
I always feel like these lawsuits were just an attempt to control who are the people that disseminate information to the public, regardless of how unnecessary or useless you think information is. Suing these bloggers, independent bloggers, when you got TMZ right there, who do the same spying and all this other stuff.
Here's a rumor: Kevin Hart is funny. Don't you find him funny, dude?
No, I found his first special funny. That's it.
Because I didn't even have him on my list.
You don't watch specials though.
I do watch specials. I'm selective on the specials that I watch.
What's the last special you watched?
The last special I watched was probably Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah. Of course you watched that one. I watched that. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Sorry. 2024. It's obviously 2024 is going to be.
Now look at him. He got on the leopard and the red. He's not funny. Duke, your sense of comedy is applesauce.
Wait, what was the name of that special that Kevin Hart, Laugh at My Pain? I thought it was funny. All right, 2024.
Is he a sex kitten, Mr. Jermaine Jackson?
You're going to see this a lot more in 2024. Jermaine Jackson sued for alleged sexual assault and battery in 1988. The lawsuit revealed that the plaintiff feared for her life during an alleged incident.
She said she went to Mr. Berry Gordy. She reported it. Of course, he did nothing because that was his cash cow at the time, and they were not going to pretty much ruin that.
1988. I agree with George on this. Look, man, we're going to talk about this later with Dr.
Fuck out of here.
We're going to talk about this later with Dr. Umar. I'm all for people who are sexually assaulted.
Bitch almost died.
It might take time for some people to come forward against somebody who has a lot of access to a lot of resources.
True.
But 1988, I agree. You can't wait 30 years. You can't wait 25, 30 years. You should
wait 10 years
to tell this stuff. And this right here is, and this is another thing.
It's not shaming.
I agree, it's not shaming, because at the end of the day, there needs to be we need to end this.
No one paying your rest home bills.
We need to end we need to end this code of silence that exists. I don't want to say within the black community, but within this sexual assault, sexual harassment thing, you have to end this silence thing where you just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, but okay. So I don't even got to read the rest of this.
Peace to the gods and goddesses. I was sexually assaulted in the 80s too. I just want justice. Shout out to Brilliantly Flawed. What silence? They take the money.
And that's another thing. A lot of them take money under the table years ago, and then years later come back to the table.
This is the issue that I have. Dip. They're not. They said their form of justice is seeking recompense, getting financial money, because they're not going to get justice as far as them being
imprisoned or
imprisonated. So it's kind of weird.
I also want to say
you can't take the money and then have pride later when you broke.
I agree with that. That happened to the athlete Ronaldo. He settled with a woman like 10 years ago. Then she came back and signed an NDA. Then after the money ran out, she came back and went public with information trying to get double dip. It's like, well, you already signed an agreement. So nothing stops you for.
Ain't that what happened to Trump?
That too. Took a payment and came out years later and said this is what happened, which goes against the NDA you signed. But you can't sign an NDA to cover up a crime, they say.
Oh.
So also Paula Abdul just accused somebody of
fuck Paula Abdul
sexual assault.
She was fucking that dude on America. What's it called? American Idol.
American Idol. Yeah.
Just in the first season. And that was inappropriate. So we don't give a damn about Paula Abdul.
Speaking of the Jacksons, though, we're gonna
tell me right now. Do you want to love me forever?
We're gonna talk about another Jackson.
Straight up.
Michael Jackson's 93-year-old mom demands $561,000 from late pop star's estate.
That's it.
Ashley fights to block secret deal.
Paula old now.
Michael Jackson's mother, Catherine, asked the court to order her late son's estate to cough up six-figure sum to cover legal bills she racked up fighting the executors over a proposed deal. Michael Jackson died in 2009. He left the money to the three kids and her, the Catherine Jackson Trust, which is to take care of her for the rest of her life. The two lawyers are supposed to be the ones that over the estate for her, but they've been apparently last year. Bianca McClain asked the court to approve a confidential deal they had received. They claimed the deal was incredibly lucrative.
Shame. Old woman has to do all that work.
Catherine opposed the deal in a heavily redacted response. The estate scoffed at her request, claiming Catherine had previously objected to deals that turned out to be super successful, including the live concert film This Is It, which turned out to be one of the highest grossing concert films ever released, yada, yada, yada. So basically, we ain't got to read all this. These two lawyers, and they've been working with the estate to steal money, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Kids. They had to show the fake kids.
$hundreds of millions have been made off of Michael Jackson's name and his legacy, and it's been going to them, which we already knew.
Facts, sad as fuck.
It is what it is. Although I'll say this to Travis when we saw this story, we never really mentioned his mother.
His mother being oppressed.
I haven't really seen her much.
Yeah, she being oppressed, fighting about money.
Of course she do. I would too.
She being oppressed.
It's unfortunate. Even at 93, I'm wondering though, and just being honest, do her kids try to help her?
Well, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
I mean,
she is the face of the estate, so they're gonna make her. She's gonna be present in an article. They're gonna talk about her.
But even the words being used are her.
Someone throw her a milk bone.
I'm wondering, like, do her kids? Do they even?
I'm pretty sure they get involved, but they're not the face of the estate. She's the face.
Well, might not leave them nothing. So I guess they just.
Well, I don't think they leave their mother high and dry.
I hope not. So hopefully, I don't know what I can say. What she should
even
get.
though them jacks is different.
She just want the legal fees money back. That's it. But you know,
I want it all. Brand new socks. Shout out to Honorable Sienna.
What up? What up, Honorable?
Hey y'all.
All right, we're just about to get to it as well.
Oh, she showed up at the fucking perfect time with DR.UMAR Johnson. She be planning this shit out.
The very, very viral interview that's not even public yet. It's still behind a paywall.
Yeah.
That most
some of y'all don't like to pay for content.
So
you still.
DR.UMAR Johnson went on the Joe Budden podcast and it was.
And he tore that shit up.
Electric. I can't lie. I know some of y'all don't fuck with Umar. Y'all called it. All I saw down the timeline, people who disagree with him was scammer and baby mamas all up and down. Look at Jordan.
Umar ain't shit. That's why you showed up today.
Oh, he saw that. He saw the title.
He said, "I'm gonna be here for DR.UMAR Johnson."
He saw that title.
He gonna get this hate today.
Let me just run through some of the things he went viral for. We're gonna go into some of these things because we're gonna make it a bigger topic.
We know you love to pay for shit. Inquiring minds want to know, George, what do I pay for? Shout out to Shate.
Oh, you showed up just in time too.
What it do?
All right.
Not boo-boo.
All right, so we know
that was good.
We know Umar went. I'm sure y'all saw it. He went viral for his take on Eminem and how we can never let some white dude be considered the best in something that's considered black. He referred to it as African.
True.
How you gonna let a white boy come in and say he the best at your style of art?
Well, all of it all belongs to us.
When that part is true.
So you pay for Nike all day, you a sellout.
Oh, matter of fact, since we just talked about this, I'm gonna play his clip that he spoke on.
He should have mentioned Drake on that take. Wow.
Hey, that's a good one. He is Jewish.
Yeah.
And it's through your mother. The Jews believe that it's through your mother.
Euro ballers are the best in the NBA now.
Well,
there you go. You a fucking sellout.
Joke it. And what's the white dude named Luka Doncic? I ain't gonna lie. Niggas gotta get on it. But anyway, this was Umar's take on the Cassie Diddy situation. And I agree. I echo his words on this. I kind of agree. Let me play it.
If I look at the Cassie situation with Puff, right? No disrespect to her, but for you to have moved on, to have participated in all of this, to now be, I think, with another man, with a family, and then to come back after you done already moved on to another family and say you did all these things to me, it looks like financial exploitation. The same thing I'm seeing with the brother who's now on TV. Who's the fair-skinned brother saying he was molested by a billionaire?
Christian Keys.
It's the same thing, and with him, even less so, because you a man. You a man. So you're telling me that you were sexually harassed by a male billionaire, and you kept going to work for multiple years after being molested by this male billionaire. You told nobody, you sued nobody, you never spoke to an attorney, and now, way after the fact, you're coming out saying, I might reveal who it is. It looks like you're picking up where Cassie left off.
Do you not?
And he did admit that Cassie gave him
the motivation.
Go
ahead, we go.
George, black folks getting watered down on a daily. Well, you know why black folks getting watered down on a daily? Because of niggas like you. Okay. Cassie was submissive to her black man, high value black man. And now y'all got the nerve to be weaponizing submission against her? LOL. Umar saying he wished he was molested because that would have got him
Oh, here go George.
Oh, hell no, I'm not reading that.
George
Donation.
It's not weaponizing. It's just the truth. We
donation.
Look, man, I agree with him. Even with the Christian thing, I'm one of those people that when we talked about it before, I made sure to say, listen, if we say that we don't respect or acknowledge this happening to men, when a man comes out and said it happened, you should treat it the same way you would as when a woman came out and said it.
I didn't like the fact that he was vague and he didn't give names. Yes, you're going to come out and make a statement. You have to be willing to give names. Umar is correct. I agree with facts and common sense logic.
Yeah, it's just common sense.
Hold on. I just want to ask this one question.
Please. And that's the weird part. Umar Johnson is not just this intelligent guy because he gives out these big fancy words. It's because he provides common sense, facts, and logic.
And some of the stuff he say is his opinion, but
True.
It's based off of what he believes and all the other stuff. Go ahead.
CK out here dancing around, not naming names of person while he was wasting our time. Umar is a dumbass.
Well, I'm gonna say this: we're saying this is our standard now.
He's a dumbass enough to get enough money to get a school.
Let me ask this question: it's our standard now. If you come out and say someone did something to you, you need to give a name. Is that our standard? If you don't give a name, we're gonna just ignore you, right?
It's not necessarily this.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Is that gonna be our standard where you have to give a name or you will be ignored?
I would think if you're coming out knowing who you work with, right? Mm-hmm. It's automatically accusations are gonna first pop up. Who's gonna be the first name when you think of Christian Keys? You're gonna think Tyler Perry.
And I agree that is unfair to somebody.
That's unfair to do that.
If it's not him, but you let it linger,
then you should say unfair. It's not. I'm not speaking to Tyler Perry. I'm not speaking about Tyler Perry. Let that be known. That's not the billionaire that you're talking about.
And is there a time limit on this?
For what? Yes, I think there should be a time limit. That's my opinion.
And are there different rules for men and women?
The same rules should apply for both genders. No, intelligence is a reach. He's a common man from the book of Marcus Garvey. Listen, I don't fuck with Marcus Garvey. Ish could have simply cut Umar Johnson when he said, well, Umar Johnson never went to Africa. He went to Europe.
You mean,
Marcus Garvey never went to Africa. He never stepped a foot on the continent of Africa.
And he ended up marrying a white woman.
He went to Europe. He had a white woman there. I don't know. I'm not quite sure if he married a white woman.
Well, okay. We won't say he married.
He did have black children, but the fact of the matter is he never stepped a foot on the continent of Africa, and he went to Europe, and he ended up being with white women in Europe. So,
but back to this topic, we also can't. What we gonna say about Terry Crews when he said that man did that to him, and we was like, you should have put hands on him.
He should have put hands on him because the difference is, like, you gonna let him fill you up in public?
And the part that made everybody angry was in front of your wife.
And not only that, you a big ass dude.
Yeah, y'all don't muscles. What the?
We get tired of you showing your fucking body on TV.
And that was another thing we said.
Which makes me think you're a sex ultra kitten as well in the industry, allegedly.
That's another thing we said is we can't sit here and say that a woman, I'm not saying I agree with this logic. We can't say that when some dudes say, hey, as a woman, when you dress a certain way, you invite certain predators, because you can't control a predator. You can't control a person who's just innately evil and going to do something bad. The best thing you could do is protect yourself from those people. So when you talk about what a woman is wearing and all this other stuff, when Terry Crews was running around with his shirt off at every place you can find,
every movie,
every TV show, every talk show, he ripped his shirt off.
So you made yourself a sexual object. So this white man's like, he for payment. Like,
and then this was in LA.
They tell him to do it in the movies and he do it. So hey,
and this is Hollywood. Weird.
And they're like, what? Why is he acting weird? We're used to doing this.
Exactly. So.
And the wife was like, get your ass back over there and make that money.
No, we ain't gonna throw that on the wife. Leave that alone.
When can I start? Immediately. They told Diamond, when can I start? You can start tomorrow if you want to, but the cousin, immediately. They know a hole when they see a hole.
Oh, he ready to go.
Dishonorable is no different. Different cons are still cons. The standard is to go to the police. You never have to address the public. If you follow Cassie, that's what you would have done. Terry Feminine, Terry Cloth Soft Cruz. Sassy says she wanted some oatmeal cookies because Umar got her wanting to give donations.
All right.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Did he not just reiterate what me and Corey said off? I
get that, but also, like, what can we really like take into account the fear of retribution? Let's just say
I would separate that from men and women, though.
No.
I ain't gonna play all this. Basically, Umar went on to say we shouldn't tell somebody to sacrifice their dignity because they want to continue to make money in an industry.
True. That means this is what I say. You guys know what you're signing up for when you go into this industry. You already know what you're signing up to. So you don't be shocked when somebody come up to you and try to feel on you.
Yeah.
So what's the whole world show? Just him and Ish having a back and forth.
That's probably 80%. But it was good though. I can't lie.
It
really was them talking about. It talked about what you expect when
it talked about the black community.
Yeah, everything that encompasses the black community, strategies to improve, what's the problems, the elements that's a part of our culture, all type of stuff.
The thing was, Umar, shut the fuck up. They all know what they're doing. The thing was it was automatically going to be debates between Dr. Umar and Ish because Ish is in a relationship with a white woman.
And he has strong opinions.
He has strong opinions. He has another child by, I think it's a black woman, who they're not in good standing together. And he's just like, so.
Well, Umar doesn't know this. It's just
Umar don't know that.
The show consistently, they knew the fireworks was going to happen.
And the fact that Ish tries to come across as this pro-black person and he's in a relationship with a white woman, it's just very strange. Because he's not married to the white woman, but if he marries her, he has a construction business. Whatever money he has is going to go to her. That's why it's not just about it being a romantic thing. It's about it. What?
That leads to this right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You can finish your point.
It's not just about it being a romantic thing. It's about it being a political thing. It's about it being an economical thing, a financial thing that we're trying to keep the money in the black community. We're not trying to outsource money into other communities. So that is one factor in why you should stay and date within your race.
So then it led to this the conversation that came up. Black Twitter goes off on Dr. Umar Johnson after he said this about Vanessa Bryant. In a recent interview, Johnson seemed to criticize Kobe's widow by claiming that she has not done any good in the black community with her inherited wealth. Let me just show.
The difference is you're wrong.
Hold on, let me just play what he had to say about her. Sorry. Well, people brought up on social media that
they claim Black Twitter was defending Vanessa Bryant. Did you see that on Twitter? Because I don't go on that social media platform.
I don't know if I saw that.
This can't be the same
I did see
Twitter.
people say that she was donating to foundations and stuff. I don't know if these foundations are black foundations.
But she's donating. Can we?
Here's what I'm going to say on that, because that's kind of the end of that point. But the difference with that is if he has a black wife, he has black children, which means that's the pro-blackness right there. The most pro-black thing you can do is have black children to extend
with a black
population.
Woman.
With your population, to increase your population.
In the words of, shout out to Black Kings of the Gambia, black man, black woman, black babies.
Go ahead.
I'm always amazed at non-black women discussing black issues. It's not a black woman thing. You don't put that body on us. Charleston White is more black than Umar was ever.
Hold on, pause. I am starting to see people say that a lot because Charleston White has been involved with a lot of laws changes in Texas and all that other stuff. He's been on a lot of panels and boards.
He does political things.
Yeah, only in the last 4 years have he turned into this character, which he talked about on Cam Newton's podcast.
He's giving the blacks what they want.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of people say that stuff too.
All this time I thought Ish was a confused biracial boy with a white mother. Was that cleared up on the show?
Well, he said he's black. He said
well, Ish says that Antoine says that he is not biracial.
Don't use his government name. It's not cool. Don't do that.
He says that he is a black man. Umar, not real black, so why support the tether or black Israelites? We know why you got a fucking problem with the black Israelites. She's raising black women that lost their father. Come on now.
Well, some people believe that when you think about it.
Hold on. She's raising black women, right? But is she raising them like a black woman? Meaning, the how she's raising them, the choices and surroundings she puts around them, are they going to go and be with a black man, or are they going to go date another ethnic race? Because that goes to waste. It literally cancels it out when you go out and you marry or create be with a non-black person. You have a biracial child, and then they ended up go be with another race of person. That's not expanding the black community. That's canceling it out.
I really don't like the fact though. Out of the 5 hours that they spoke, only the biggest topic that came out of it was the interracial discussion.
Because there was other things that was discussed.
There's a lot of stuff discussed. We're gonna get to some of it. I want to play this.
Kobe didn't buy his parents a home. Kobe spoiled Vanessa's family. So why the fuck is Umar really saying he is a lazy bum? Kobe take was stupid. They didn't even allow the mother to speak at the funeral. What were people expecting? And also hated how people forgot that Kobe Bryant wrote the article after Trayvon trial. I hate Ish because he is a reminder that Black American men are always fighting to be equal to Black women. No other man group do that. The narrative and conversation is extremely toxic to non-woke folks. Tread lightly. Charleston White double talks. She's raising biracial women that will likely be with white men.
That's pretty true, though.
See, that's dishonorable shit.
Is that because of, once again,
her surroundings?
Her surroundings and the tax bracket that they're in. Who are they most likely going to, the neighborhoods, the schools that she goes to?
Let's take it aback.
And we're going to get into that later, too, the school system.
Now, we can't really use that for an excuse, because you can be in an area where it is predominantly another ethnic group, and you can still choose willingly to say, I'm not going to date outside my race. I will choose to...
You can't put that on a 16, 15, 14. You can't put it on a 15, 16,
You put that 17. On the parents.
Well,
why are you taking your kids and putting them in a primarily school that is not Black?
Okay, that's different. Okay, yeah.
Like here, that's why I was hoping that Regina would be here, because she lives... Arkifa, because they live here in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
And they could expound in the comment section about how Umar Johnson was saying, you see a lot of Black men out here bunny hopping.
Yeah.
And we've had these discussions off mic. And I say, dude, I go to a lot of places. I'm out here, and the main thing I see is Black men with white women. And you kind of say, well, that's not the norm.
It ain't.
And I say, well, I have to push back on that a little bit, because even when we went back home, shout out to Kifa.
What up?
Even when we went back home, we saw a little bit more than what we saw when we left there. Was that not true?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm not just making this a Black man thing, because Black women do it also. I'm saying the majority.
Oh yeah, the men,
that is what we see.
That's always
but you also provide pushback when you say, well, what about when you say, well, marriage, are they not getting married? Because you're right. When you're married, the man has to choose to marry you.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's why the numbers are low versus the Black men marrying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
They will marry Black men. White and Latino women raise wives for Black men.
I don't know about that.
They made the welfare system to empower Black women, not to have men to raise children, and now they're continuing to give women more opportunities and support the Black man, but Black men are supposed to unconditionally support Black women just because for the cause a lot of Black women are just like dishonorable. I'm here listening. They didn't say they homeschool their children. Bunny hopping is freedom from delusion. What was your question? Crab cakes. Questions were the fuck the crab cakes all. Did y'all see the people relocating from New York?
Yeah.
Graceful schooling is predominantly white, so wealthy Black children inherited and adopt behaviors and lifestyles. I have a white stepmom and sister-in-law and cousins-in-law, and it's getting out of hand for me.
Yeah.
So there's Shantae. The question for me, Kiefer, was because you've been living in Seattle, Washington for a long time. So do you see that same thing of majority, the males in the Black race dating, marrying, and being outside the race more than Black women here in this state? And that was it.
All right, when we wait for them, I'm gonna play this right here. This is Umar. This is the big moment they've been waiting for. And when this was, I gotta play the rest of this. That kind of is a good synopsis of Ish's overall worldview. Is that he believed poor white people are in the same position as poor Black people. So he believed that a wealthy Black man has none of the negatives that come with being a Black person as a poor Black person. He believed a wealthy Black person does not have this. They're not considered Black in America.
So that's a socialist or the Rainbow Coalition.
Well, he believed in the idea of classism versus racism.
Exactly. Martin Luther King, Fred Hampton.
Wait. They didn't believe that.
Fred Hampton did not invite
Fred Hampton believed that classism was a factor. He did not
invited him to the party, didn't he?
He did, but he never dismissed racism.
I don't care. Once you invite them to the party, all bets are off for me. We're not focusing on. We are focusing on the classism within the black community structure, not within the American structure. It's two totally fucking different things. George says, if a black woman won't support black men, bunnies will. And support is support. Black men love white women in Washington and Oregon. Yes. None of whom are clothes are African. Well, the African clothes ain't African. Who did they say who the cloths come from? It came from what? The Swedish people designed those African clothes, and they be stealing from the Arabs. Black women tired of supporting black men. Let's be honest. All UMAR money is white. Black man tried, and then bunnies is soft as cotton. Want more honesty? Ask me anything. Majority of the money Ish making comes from the culture. I watched him outside of JPP. He's cringe as fuck. He don't act like he has access to white people. Clothing is Dutch. Wax.
All right, let me show. Something else I had, but I guess I missed it. Oh, this is one I want to show too, but I'm going to go here first. Religion. We talked about religion last week when we talked about T.D. Jakes and how the black church and its impact or less impact that it has today than it did in yesteryears.
I like the way they broke it down between egalitarian and hierarchical beliefs. Mm-hmm. You know, egalitarian is like they believe in like equality for everybody, and you know, hierarchy is based on rank.
Yeah.
So the black mindset, they said, is supposedly like a egalitarian, but in the South, because black people are seen more conservative, they gave them the notion of being a hierarchical group. Do you believe that?
What hierarchy are they creating amongst black people?
Yeah, based on the church system.
Well, yeah.
Would that go into Milei?
Yeah, the pastor has the most pull in the church.
True.
Pastor, his wife.
Okay, so I can see bishop, why they broke it down like that.
Yeah, definitely. There's
TD butt fakes.
There's levels of importance. In the black church, definitely. So I want to show this clip that he had where he's talking about the black church. Now I also want to say this, and I understand that
South is cultural difference, so that would be a subculture.
I think the South is the culture. I think
it is. That's y'all Negroes, y'all migrants that chose to venture outside of the South. Yes, I live in Washington State, but I've only been here. I've only been here for 10 years, so I don't qualify as a migrant. Two things. Why don't we? Two things we don't need for 2024: black churches and a new rap music. We've had enough of both. Yeah, pack them both up out of here.
But I want to talk about this. Whenever you see people speak on religion, people are very quick to speak negatively on Christianity, the religion. That's understandable. I have gripes with that religion and how it has impacted the mental of black people. But they also speak against the Bible. And you go, okay, that's your prerogative, your beliefs.
Yeah.
What I'm surprised is they so quick to speak against this, but when we start talking about Muslims and the Quran, it's not really, it's mum's the word. We start talking about Judaism and their belief is you don't really speak
Muslims
on that.
That is not a black culture. That is a Arab. Well, that's a Middle Eastern culture for me, Muslims.
And it's crazy because you say the Bible was used to do harmful things to black Americans, but you follow the Quran and the Muslims, Islam, and they did the same things to black people.
The South is definitely the culture. Raised in Connecticut, but everything is South Carolina and Alabama.
Yeah.
Nah, I need Tony Evans and put that right back.
Beat that Kane tour. Let me play this.
The problem with black religion is threefold. You take three things from black people that we can't afford to waste money and can't never get back. Number one is money. You take too much resources. Time. Every black church should have three institutions. You should have a school for our kids, a bank to invest in our people, and you should have a community garden to feed our people good food. Every church should have those three.
They don't.
If you are,
we grew up when we were younger, when we went to church.
A church on every corner.
There was so many churches in our neighborhood. It's ridiculous.
It's so many churches, but why there's so much sin?
So much crime and
hold on now.
Let me say this.
Come on now, dude. It won't. What you mean? A lot of crime, lot of crime, lot of crime?
Oh, so when you say crime,
when you say so much crime, they're going to be thinking like cities.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
We're from a small town, so crime for us is crime
Fights,
differently in a metro area.
Thieves.
Okay.
Like little. Okay, you cleared that up. But there was so many churches, and when the people you see in the church, we will also see in the streets.
True.
And we never saw the pastor address where he or she, because there was a lot of female pastors too.
We had a lot of male pastors.
We had female pastors too.
It was more male pastors than female pastors.
Later on, it was more female or equal female.
I would not say equal. It was still more male pastors.
Okay. Those same people, those pastors, would see those same people outside the church doing stuff and would never address it in the church.
Hold on now. Was you there every Sunday?
When I went, I never saw it.
How often did you go?
Yes,
it does. You
matter.
cannot make an analysis or assumption on that if you do not attend church every Sunday and you don't know whether the pastor called that behavior out or not.
You want me to tell you how I know?
How you know?
Because the people kept doing it. And if the pastor's calling it out and you still doing it, most pastors, you're supposed to kick them out the church. You're supposed to be put out of the church.
Well, it's a place of God.
If you have been, because we're talking about privately, not talking about in front of the people. If you've been told what your actions are and how they need to improve them, and what you're doing and how it's against what you're supposed to be believing in constantly, you're supposed to be, get up out of here.
So you're saying you're supposed to be banished from the church?
Yes.
I've never heard that one.
Okay. You don't believe that? You wouldn't agree with that?
You're supposed to call out the sin.
And just let them sit there and keep doing it in your church?
If they're not sinning in the church, they're sinning outside the church.
What's the difference?
Are you talking about like selling drugs to people in the community? You're talking about harming the community, or you're talking about laying up and that type of stuff?
What's the difference?
You're right. A sin is a sin, but we know some sins are more extreme than others. You laying up with somebody is not hurting.
Hold on. We don't want to get rid of baby mama, baby daddy culture.
We definitely want to get rid of baby mama
out of
and baby.
wedlock relation. What are we talking about?
We want to get rid of that population. But what is worse? Killing people, giving drugs to your community, slowly killing them.
Well, all of it kills the culture.
It all kills the culture.
I got you with that one.
But some sin is worse than other sin.
It all kills the culture. Go ahead.
Umar not doing it, so he's not modeling it. He's asking for a lot, but not doing it himself, and all he does is talk and collect.
Is it a lot? Why is it considered a lot to be righteous?
I will say this about Dr. Umar Johnson, which I'm sure we all can come to agreement on. When you sit here and say you have what? He has two kids?
Yes.
Different baby
allegedly,
mothers?
Yes. I don't know for a fact. Yes, that's what he said.
And you said you've come across 5 other women that could have potentially...
I'm sorry, hold on. What up, Craig?
Shout out to Craig, being your wife, because he said he wants 2 wives.
Yeah.
This is the same thing we have with politicians. How are you... It's strange to have a politician like a president or anybody in a leadership and not have a spouse.
Wow. A spouse, yes.
Because you have women that are in office as well.
It shows order, and it shows that you have your ducks in a row.
That was my problem with the guy from South Carolina. What was his name? It was running for president. Tim Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes.
So even in Europe, there were female prime ministers that didn't have husbands.
Yeah.
So
the Australian prime minister.
This is coming. Yeah. This is very strange coming into being a politician nowadays, where you see people running for office
not married, yeah,
and don't have spouses.
Well, this is a fact because when you look at Umar, I remember a video went viral with him when he showed inside his house, and it was very disorganized. So people.
So you saying the wife is a housekeeper?
It's not a. Hold on, see, he's in a shot. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he had a wife, she would have had things in order in his life. She would have made him put certain things as a priority. You can't spend
that's what the woman is there for.
I'm saying you can't spend weeks on the road doing all these speaking engagements when you got a wife and kids at home.
She's the helpmeet.
You have to cut it down to what's important.
Or she can just have her ass there cleaning the house, and he can be out on tour doing what he got to do.
No, I'm saying just because of your obligation to your family, you have to cut down the stuff you do for the world. So you're going to focus on the most important things, which in his case would have been the school and all these other things. He would have made sure those things were in order.
True.
More so than he do when you're a bachelor, can go wherever you want to go when you want to go.
True. But the touring is what gives him the revenue, the money, and also spreads the message.
But he would have been focused on the bigger engagements than he is without a wife.
I can agree. He's not going to call it out because the pastor's down with the sinning too. Shout out to Rosie Smiles.
It definitely is.
It's in the bylaws if a church is set up properly.
I agree. You're supposed to kick him out. Supposed to kick him out.
When we move to NC, the most asked question, have decided on the church. Didn't ask if I followed any other religion.
Because they already assume you in the South.
The churches I grew up in kick people out.
Yes.
LOL. Travis is not congregating. Find a real church, Travis.
What up, Greg?
The reason they aren't kicking people out now is because the pastor is doing the same thing, and also because they want to keep the money and the revenue coming into the church.
Get into that. Who's the main people? Before we go deep into, let me just play what Umar. Let me just play what Umar had to say. Sorry, y'all. Let me play what he had to say.
Bringing in at least $250,000 a year in tithes, and you ain't got a school, a bank, and a garden, you a goddamn fraud. I don't care who you are. Remember what I said, $250K. If you less than $250K, you should still be doing something. But I'm not going to hold you to the same standard. But if you $250,000 that you can depend on annually, you should have some institutions for the people. So number one, they take too much money. Number two, Joe, they take too much of our time. You don't get your time back. You can make that money back. You can't make your time back. Bible study, Sunday service, Sunday morning service, Sunday night service, gospel choir, Thursday. Why are you taking all this time and not giving us nothing?
Wow. No. I agree with him on this. From this
I don't agree with him on that.
You're not supposed to be sitting there praying about the same thing over and over.
It's called Bible study.
You could do that. You supposed to study the Bible on your own. Having somebody hold you accountable to stay into your study.
Those extracurricular activities for the community keeps the kids out of the streets, does it not? Going to Bible study, going to choir, doing these different things, it keeps them out of the street and keeps them level-headed and focused. It also keeps the parents from out here hoeing as well. Let's take that back. They can do their dirty deed after the church.
They with the pastor.
It provides structure, does it not?
Yes,
going to church,
it does
Bible study,
it does,
being in choir, that provides structure.
It does add a form of structure, but I just think there's no.
Niggas just want to go watch TV and be entertained by the beast.
No, because who's really here then?
What you mean who's really
here?
When
we had Bible study and Sunday study on Tuesday and Wednesday, what are we really doing here? Let's be real. You're not teaching that.
How you know they're not teaching anything?
Let me finish. Not all.
For a nigga that don't go to church.
Let me finish. Not all churches, because we all obviously we know pastors.
Yeah, we do.
Who speak and teach things.
Not everybody out here.
Yeah.
Some people out here.
So you know what I'm saying?
Not everybody out here being a poet and a rapper.
Which one is happening more?
I can't.
Bishop T.D. Jakes is right now. What is he known for doing?
He's a rapper.
There you go.
That likes to get power bottomed, allegedly.
So you agree with me? So
but that's not.
You got me here.
You
got me here all these hours, and you're doing just this.
What else do you want him to do?
Teach real teachings, real stuff.
Some of them
not
actually
just feel good stories.
Though. I read that. The word is Umar fake as fuck. Peace to the council. That's a good church, Kiefer. Peace to the entire chat and Happy New Year to you and you guys. He needs a maid, not a wife. If he has a wife, she would divorce him for being a lying, scamming slob. Damn, Cherrywood. Kiefer, that's also fact if he riding dirty. Umar speaking facts because he's a living example. Who know the devil better than the devil? Wow, he's not wrong. I agree about the churches having a school and banking.
Oh, here go
he spread cakes.
What up, KD?
Shout out to KD. I learned more in the Bible study than on Sunday service.
Well, here's the thing.
What Bible study is for.
And what is the pastor doing on Sunday then?
That's
just a party?
No, the Sunday is when you get it's the event almost.
So a party. You just said a party.
He's supposed to be speaking on a certain topic.
Yes.
He's actually supposed to be led by the Spirit. That's why you're not supposed to eat. Because when you eat, the Spirit, when you're empty, then the Spirit can come in. Blah, blah, blah. KD, that's a good church. Church is an adult daycare. The Bible is in a book you can read normally. The esoterical meaning are never taught black churches.
I agree with that. We have a family member, and we just got some bad news about family today, but we're not going to talk about that completely. But we have a family member who was a pastor.
True.
And we spoke to them about certain things, and the stuff we talked to them about us in there, they didn't have any recollection of it. The dog. So I agree with that part. What you say?
A church home wouldn't find you.
And the third
Sure,
thing that they
George.
take from us that we can't afford to waste and have misuse is hope. The black church abuses our hope by constantly making you feel Jesus or Muhammad going to come and make everything right when the time is right. And that's why black
Faith without works.
Black churches should have been used to teach black people how to move in society.
That's true.
That's true,
It's
Rosie.
supposed to be education. In the book they claim to read, it teaches you how to move in a culture. The whole book is teaching you your culture.
On Code is in the building.
What up?
Black unity is power. Salute to the chat. Salute to the platform. Churches used to be a foundation and a shelter. Black churches hustling hope.
They peddle hope now. It's their job.
religion plays right into the hand of the white power structure. You know why? Because it has black people thinking they don't have to do shit but wait and pray in order to change their circumstances. And that's why Napoleon Bonaparte, and I'm no fan of Napoleon Bonaparte, the white man's greatest military strategist, said what? Religion is what keeps the poor man from killing the rich one.
Yes, indeed.
No. Religion ain't nothing but mind control. Nobody has ever opened up a church to liberate people. Churches were created to control minds. You can't show me a religion.
Well, it's proven when you go to Africa, you got mosque and churches. Catholics have their mass. All this is a form of colonialism. That's why I see these people, we're going to talk about this right now, these black people that go and do stuff like this right here. Javante Davis converts to Islam in ceremony in local mosque. Why would Javante Davis go convert to a religion, change his name into that religion, which means he's taking on their language?
He didn't officially change his name in documents. That's his name in Islam.
But that's the point. That's colonization.
And this is an Arab church. I mean, an Arab mosque, by the way.
Well, that's the thing about Islam. They don't think you're a real Muslim unless you come to them. Matter of fact, as much as they try to say that it's open religion and stuff, if you read the English version of the Quran, they say you don't really know the language, you don't really know the religion. You need to go to our country, learn our language to know what it says, because apparently their God only put the truth in one language.
Their language.
So you got to come to us. It's colonization. There's nothing about that that's meant to actually help people. It's meant to control the world.
He was born in the wrong generation and missed out. Just watch Tony Evans and be happy. Tithes and donations. Napoleon was a racist. Donations is Umar. Watch your generation. Watch your grandmother go to church and vote Democrats for decades. It didn't end well.
That's true.
And Umar controls donations like a religion. Hit the like button, black people. Islam enslaved us first. The Sun-Saharan slave trade. The boxer story is disappointing. Gripping your mother's name for Arab religion is blasphemy. Didn't realize how lost our people were behind the cult until I commented under this story. Sub-Saharan.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of black people, we spend most of our lives looking for truth. A lot of us didn't get it as children, because if they don't know, if you don't know, you don't know. So a lot of us grow up and we go out and search for truth. We go out and search for answers. So
know what?
So some people, it goes to Christianity, Islam, Buddhist, we go to all these religions, and I
didn't really dance through all that to get to my understanding.
What you trying to say?
I didn't go through the different, like you said, there's the Christianity, then the Pan-African.
You went to church?
I did go.
And you watched those Sonetta videos and stuff?
I never got engulfed in it.
Ain't about getting engulfed. You looking for answers and you found those videos.
I never got engulfed in it.
Okay.
Did you get engulfed in it?
No, I watched it. I didn't believe half the stuff they were saying. That's when they started speaking into some of the science stuff, and I felt like they were just talking out their ass. But
Freemasons practice Islam. Shriners. Could that be said about Muhammad Ali?
Yes.
Tell the truth. Don't shake your.
I think Muhammad Ali made a decision to change his name because he thought his name belonged to a white man.
That's a whole nother discussion.
We're not even getting to that discussion. He believed his name belonged to a white man, and the only way to get away from this white man is to go to this Arab man, which is just Christianity and Islam. Let me leave the white man and go to the Arab man and their beliefs. Go ahead.
So just to focus, not his family, his mother. Truth is what?
I want to say. I'm sorry. Let me say this. Honorable said his mother's name. No, it's actually either his father's name or her father's name. It's Just being honest.
Mike Tyson did the same thing without a name change.
Well, that's why we
smacked me in the face.
And that's why we still know him as Mike Tyson.
I keep telling y'all, Dishonorable is a feminist agent.
And I'm gonna say this too. Javante Davis is gonna be Tank. His mama call him, if his mama call him Tank, I'm gonna call him Tank.
Wouldn't them looking for the truth mean denouncing all of religions and being an atheist would be more logical thing to do?
Well, when I say looking for truth and answers, that means going towards every religion and all type of beliefs, Kemetic beliefs, all type of stuff. The Wahabians, especially black people, because we've been told we have no culture, or at least we've been lied to about what culture we come from originally. We tend to look for answers anywhere. We're probably the most open-minded when it comes to that stuff. That's why you see a lot of black people, unfortunately, a lot of black men, when they head to jail, what they do? Muslim, all type of religion they find in prison. Huh?
3%.
Yeah, 5%ers. You said 3%ers.
I mean 5%.
Ain't it the white people?
Sorry, dude.
I
don't know if it's white people, but I meant to say that. Sorry.
Yeah, 5%ers, which is basically, I get confused. It's just Muslim, ain't it? His mother named
is
him.
pretty much. I'm not gonna.
What? What? His mother named him?
Moors changed their name. Israelites changed their names too. His mother named him. Facts on code. He probably going to lose soon. He's getting soft. George.
Oh, George, man. Javante.
Nah, there's a high power out there. We are not in all be all.
All right, let me move on. Speaking of another religion, I just talking about the Judaism. You see Kanye West apologize to the Jewish people on Instagram?
Oh, he finally did it right after Umar said that Kanye West was the only person that
he would trust to go to war with.
And then he broke his heart. He broke that man's heart. I knew he was going to do it. Nobody told us we didn't have a culture. That was a narrative that was crafted in the 80s by college-educated words who were envious of immigrants. What?
Hold on, y'all. All right. Let me just...
Yep.
All right. So he apologized in Hebrew, which I found funny because, most don't speak Hebrew.
The Torah is a racist agenda against Black/Africans.
Well, the one that the Jewish mysticism that they follow, yes. The original one is actually, that whole book ain't about them at all.
The Khazarians. Game over, ye cracked. Yep. Umar spoke too soon.
Oh, let me show this right here. So we're going to talk about Umar in a second. He released some new shoes.
I don't know what they are.
Y'all tell me whether or not y'all will wear the new Kanye West shoes that cost $200 or not.
Introducing Yeezy Pods, available now at Yeezy.com.
What's that, a shoe sock?
It's basically a sock, yeah.
It's hilarious that the ADL is trying to act like they can't forgive him when the reality is they scared that more black people are not supporting Israel.
Yeah, that's the real fear.
Not in this country.
Yeah, that's
got
the
to.
That's the real fear.
They look like alien mud flaps. Look feminine. Feminine look.
All right, let me see another thing he said. You got anything else? He said, this right here we talked about Kanye. He said he trusts Kanye West to go to war more than any other billionaire.
Called the beautiful black woman syndrome. It's almost a curse.
Yeah, I want to show this right quick. His comments on black women.
Okay?
Agreed.
Exactly. Here's what I'm saying. Number one, y'all date earlier when you look good. Statistics show it. When a black woman is attractive, she's sexualized earlier. She loses.
Those shoes are gonna look. Those shoes are gonna look so nice when all the men purchase them. Umar once again is wrong.
Her virginity earlier. When you have a beautiful daughter, you got to be on her ass because the hounds will be. But here's the point that I want to make. Because they're so beautiful, Joe, guess what? When the brothers in college was trying to holler with that wedding ring, oh no, I look too good for that. Ain't no marriage coming in my 20s.
My options.
Thank you.
I'm
Then
looking
the
for a
30s came.
option.
The 30s came. Brothers came with the ring. Oh, no, I'm still enjoying this.
Next thing.
Then she gets 40.
Oh, you don't want to hear it?
Can't lie. It was good entertainment to see Umar argue.
Hold on now, Arnold. You don't want to hear this?
She don't want to. A lot of feminist war combat manly boots.
Kanye says he's in the future. The minimalist clothes and all that other stuff.
Pods.
I'm just saying those Yeezys took off. I don't know about
Did
y'all.
anybody in the comment section own a pair of Yeezys?
I saw plenty of Negroes walking around.
I didn't see
Yeezys.
a lot of black people walking around with Yeezys.
Before those Crocs popped off again, they was rocking those Yeezys. I'm being honest.
Absolutely not. I'm here for the argument.
344, 45.
Now I'll take the post.
Now she ready to settle down.
I'll take the post office worker.
Right.
I'll take the
but
post
stay
office
with me.
worker now.
And because black men are not
Travis
dropping
got a pair.
at her feet
Nope.
with proposals like they were in her 20s and in her 30s, now she's on YouTube talking about black men ain't shit.
All right, Craig, we'll catch you, man.
I gotta head out. Taking my daughter to their grandmother's house. I'll catch you guys on the replay.
All right, brother.
No, I do not. I do not own a pair of anything that Kanye West has made. Travis love anything on Fubu. It's just trash. Never saw the appeal in them Yeezys.
It was big.
Don't support celebrity brands outside of makeup.
Okay.
Oh, so you support Rihanna? You support Fendi?
Uh-oh.
They not serious. They don't want to build a family. Time out. You done had about 30 black men who came for your finger in marriage, and you turned them all down because you thought you was too fucking cute to settle down. And now you in your mid-40s, brothers ain't breaking their neck to wedge you out, and now the men ain't shit.
No dish. Listen.
So that's pretty much the point he made.
Travis religiously don't support black people clothing. I don't support trash.
That's pretty much the point he made. Now, I'm going off of that topic. We're going to go into this final clip I have from the DR.UMAR Joe Budden podcast.
Sure do got some body butter. Sure do. Sure do got some body butter. So you're supporting tethers?
Uh-oh. Honorable said it's good for something? All right, let me play this right
All
here.
right, we see what you do. We see what you do.
Tension between black male
female relationship.
Female relationship.
It's insane. First of all, let's back up. Up
That
until
one.
1970, most black families was headed by a man and a woman. Slavery did not destroy the black family. We were married all through slavery, all through civil rights. You don't begin to see the rise of a single black mother until the 1970s. That was not a coincidence.
Late 70s.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, Joe shut the hell up. He knew he was going to do numbers
The
with this one.
quietest I've seen Joe on this podcast.
Joe said it was too many, the numbers was coming, no need to ruin it. No need to talk. Just let him go.
And I think he likes that. I actually think Joe likes sometimes to just sit there and let the cast go at it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if we don't have that cast that can go at it, then you have to always be the person that
Drop the ball, yeah.
right. Pass the fucking
The
ball.
70s is when the government
When they
came
sold
into
us
the
out.
black community.
They sold us out.
Yes, Newark, New Jersey, Philly, Baltimore, Detroit, and they deindustrialized the inner city.
Yes, indeed.
They took the jobs out.
Yes.
They took the factories out. And
That's
then
what
they
they-
went into the high schools and deindustrialized the high school. So guess what?
No
He
trades.
should have graduated with his carpentry license. You should have graduated with your plumbing license. You should have graduated with his auto mechanic license. He should have graduated with his HVAC. They stripped all of that, the skills that pay the bills. This was done on purpose to make the black man financially irrelevant to the black woman. To make the 1970s was all about making the black man financially irrelevant to the black woman. And then the 1980s, they dropped the crack off. CIA, cocaine import
It's over.
agency.
It's over.
Now, black men, jobless after the 70s, you bring me crack. I got a decision.
Is this where the prison industrial complex?
Now, this is where I disagree.
You should have started with this. It's more interesting.
This is where I disagree with people that say that in the 80s, black men only had a decision to sell drugs. That ain't true. I saw a video from like I think the mid 80s. I saw a video that's on YouTube. One of these Israelite groups, I'll be honest, and a drug dealer walk around with his big, the rope chain. He had the watches on. He walked by. He was talking smack to these dudes, and they was like, "You're a drug dealer. You're a cancer to your community." And he spoke to him with such vile and anger. How I think he should be addressed. Now, and I look at how we treat drug dealers now with how the hip hop has made us soften up. I feel on our views towards drug dealers because a lot of people
glamorized.
a lot of people who became rappers and made music were former drug dealers. So the way we reacted to drug dealers in the middle of the 80s versus right now is totally different. And I don't think we should be giving nobody a pass for destroying their community. I can't do it. You made a decision to help destroy your community. You're a bigger part of the problem than anything they could have done. Because you could have not done it. You could have just said no. You could have did it other ways like your forefathers did when they was going through much worse conditions.
That goes back to the church.
Exactly.
I love how, in all of this, the black man played no role in his own demise. There are no signs that he formed alliance with other ethnic groups, men and women, in a quest for sexual excess.
Well, I I just made a point that I don't agree with him on this point. But
No one, Cole.
I don't think there's any alliance they've been able to make with anybody at all. But yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm either going to smoke the crack and deal with the fact I can't take care of my family, or I'm going to sell the damn crack. That was the 80s. And then they hit us with HIV AIDS at the same time. So the 80s was biological warfare with the AIDS and chemical warfare with the crack, which set us up for the 1990s. Bill Clinton, crime bill. It's the first time in American history you can go to jail for the rest of your life without having committed a violent crime because you got caught in possession of drugs 3 times in a row. It was a Democratic president, Bill Clinton, who locked up more black men than any president in American history since the end of slavery.
Your first black president.
Now, the funny part about that is Joe Biden did all that to lock people up for crack cocaine era, which he now blames on the black community because he said the church and the community organizers and leaders are the ones who came to him and said, you got to fix this problem in the inner cities. The drug and crime situation is getting so bad. We need you to do something. So he created a bill to lock people up for anything close to being surrounded by crack or guns or gang activity. You were arrested. But his son ended up being a crackhead.
Sad.
And it's funny because when people talk about people going to jail for cocaine and crack, or particularly crack, how because they focus so heavily on crack in the 90s, really late 80s and 90s. In the 2000s, they didn't realize that the methamphetamine, the what's that pill? What's they call
fentanyl?
The fentanyl and all the other stuff. They didn't realize that was tearing up their community. So while you focus on these black people and crack, your community is about to go be put on war for another drug by the pharmaceutical company. So, yeah. I believe Joe's there.
They all fell, but they definitely made alliances with every ethnic group that has come onto this land. They're not volunteering to be conquered by everybody. Umar got facts, and we're all accountable, coupled with social engineering that I don't hear his voice, I hear his words, respectfully. I believe, Joe, there is footage of black leaders crying and begging for help from the government.
And blame black people for the exposure to poverty.
They owe us
honorably. All right, let me play this. Rest of this.
The problem with the ADHD, when do we get ADD? 1980. Same decade the CIA dropped off crack, they started giving our kids Ritalin. But guess what? The drug companies right here in New York didn't make enough money off the ADD prescription because there's no drug that can make you pay attention. So ADD didn't work. So in 1987, they added the H, and it became ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And guess what? If I evaluate a kid for ADHD now, let's say your son not hyper, he just don't pay attention, but he not hyper. According to the new DSM,
he's ADHD.
He ADHD anyway, even if he's not hyper. This is how they justify the prescription.
I'll never forget that time when you said they tried to put you in a class, and then you started. And the teacher was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, yeah. This is a crazy story.
He was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Now, I go in the classroom, and they give me this work. This is the first day of school. They're telling people what class to go to and stuff. I go in the classroom, and they hand me the paper. I guess it's the morning work, your first little piece of work. And I'm looking at the teacher like,
what?
This
one
looks like
one is
this is like some crazy easy work. Shit. So I do it, and I hand it back to her in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And the teacher just looked at me and said, hold on. Walked out the class. About 2 minutes later, waved at me. Come on, you got to get up out of here. You ain't supposed to be here.
You ain't supposed to be here.
But yeah, that shows how easy it is that they put these black kids in these special ed class.
And if you don't have teachers who care about the students or have parents who don't care about
just kids.
Their kids, then they will remain in those classes.
So yeah.
That's my beef. I think that they put that.
It's a
label.
scam.
Yeah,
man. They make $30 billion off of childhood psychiatrics. $30 billion.
That's crazy.
Ritalin, Adderall,
Adderall blew up in the middle class America amongst white housewives and corporate America white men. Yeah. Now it's starting to trickle down to black people and every other race.
It's a shame that the curse is on the Caucasians. And the Negroes
still follow
want to participate in it. That's why they get judged
like how you
instantly up here when they do that shit.
We dealt with crack, and y'all want to help them with the methamphetamine and all the other stuff too. We should learn a lesson at this point. But
Without seeing the full interview, I hope this is the end of the one trick pony. Same talking points like, what are the solutions? Giving men attention for pointing out problems has to be ended.
Well, he gave solutions.
What was the solutions?
He told the churches they need to build banks, schools, and grocery stores, or way to feed the people, or gardens. He said gardens.
Yeah, I said that when we saw that too. Joe's youngest son is on the spectrum. He seems to be fully invested in this part. I believe his
I don't want
son.
to put stuff on his family. But,
I don't want to put no disparaging things on his son, but people have suggested that he may be a little touched.
All right, son kissed. What up? Son kissed son of the goddess.
What's the answer, Sienna? I used to get Adderall from white kids at the restaurant I worked at to get through double shifts.
Exactly, and it started around this time. The 80s. It started in white America, and now it's going to really the working force in general. People who work double shifts or long hours, police, retail workers. Now everybody is doing Adderall to keep the energy up, do their jobs. Pharmaceutical companies have completely drugged their population. American population is drugged up because they got you working extreme hours for extended years. Now you got to work till you're 80 at this point. Go ahead.
I use discernment. I don't follow none of these Negroes. I have tons of free info to probably educate my family, as we all should. Being on the spectrum is disparaging. What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's disparaging. It's just
I said the word. I took Adderall for my job. Damn, Rosie.
No, I'm saying I said
druggy.
That most people are being put on. You have to use these drugs because the hours they work, the extended time you're forced to do it. Your human body ain't supposed to be doing the stuff they got you doing. At least not the way they have you doing it. You're no longer doing this for your single family. You're doing this for a corporation now.
So only a feminist would say and continually think that. So Duke and Travis, are y'all feminists? Because clearly Dishonorable is. Well, fuck you, George. And Honorable Sienna has a right to voice her opinion, whether we agree with it or not.
How they say it?
Is she Cynthia G?
How they say it? Free thinker?
She's a free thinker. So
Cycler, Metadate, and check this out. The Drug Enforcement Agency of the U.S. government classifies Ritalin as a Schedule B drug. You know what that means? It's in the same category as cocaine.
And that's the point. We as black people, we can't just cut somebody off because we don't agree with their talking points. How are we ever going to come to a resolution if somebody spews something and something you don't say and we cut them off? In the black community, I'm talking about.
It's brilliant.
Can we say slightly retarded?
They say that word is
retarded.
They say that's a slur now.
It's a slur.
Yeah, I don't know.
Her opinion is black men get too much attention, so her opinion of you ain't shit. How do you go 50-50 without feminism?
I ain't cut off.
I ain't cut off.
We can say you cut off, bro. It's cool.
It's not cutting you off. It's addressing it. That's true. I don't disagree with that, George.
You know what that means? It's in the same category as cocaine and opium.
It's meth.
Yeah. It's meth.
It's meth.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's one molecule away.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you locking up black men all in New Jersey and New York City for selling crack?
But
and all you do is take the crack, give it another name, and give it to his son so he can sit still long enough to learn about Christopher Columbus.
Right.
The shit is ridiculous.
Sorry. You got
I love seeing black male unity.
All right, so y'all see the whole Umar.
Look, no Cynthia G, no bangs.
Bang yangs. Oh, man. Now, this goes into another topic. We've spoken about this. I'm not even going to show the video because we already spoke about this before.
School to prison pipeline is a real spill.
Yeah, so what he's talking about right there
Trash unity. Damn.
You got a black man? Hold on.
What the fuck?
That was crazy.
Honorable.
Faux unity. That's a better one. Because niggas do be faking like they actually care about another black man. That trash unity sounded crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, Travis, when you ready to take off the panties, you let me know, and I'll be here to support you in the real black man rehab.
Oh, Lord. All right. So we're talking about the school to prison pipeline and how they're using drugs and special education to direct black boys. To direct black boys into the bad situations. They said that most kids who end up in those classes, there's like a 70% chance you end up in prison. So that's the school to prison pipeline.
Did we ever find out what school he went to? Was it a private school or had not been in a private school? Was he in a public school or a private school?
This is a district. It's a school district. I don't know if I say it's private. It's just a district that has certain rules. Now, I'm not going to show the video. I'm sure y'all seen the story of the black teen who the school is suspending him because they say his hair is against their dress code and his dreads, braided dreads. And this goes into your point of if they don't want you there, like
either homeschool or go to another school in the or get outside of that district.
It's like
Lord.
You cut his hair and he go to that school that don't want him there.
You conformed.
Like you conforming him early.
You've been castrated.
You're teaching him to adapt. Not adapt. I'm sorry. You're teaching him to assimilate.
Well, that's what Kevin Samuels agreed with, didn't he?
And I disagree with Kevin Samuels wholeheartedly when he made that video. Cut your how you said.
If you're going, but let me put that in proper context.
If you're going to corporate America,
he said if you're going to corporate America, do that. Let me put it in proper context.
Yeah, you said don't be complaining about the rules in corporate America. Either
which is the same thing. A school is a corporation.
It is. It is. All right. I want to get into this right here too. They're dragging the story, sue, and move on.
Why wasn't he protected under the Crown Act? Because this happened before the Crown Act.
That's what they said?
I believe the article, they said this happened right before the Crown Act. But it still applies.
It still applies. I think they said, I guess they're just ignoring it at this point.
Jay-Z got an NFL contract cutting black youth hair off for the men.
I remember that a white woman went viral for going around neighborhoods and offering to cut off young black males' dreads in Chicago, I think it was. Yeah. Remember that? It went viral like 6 years ago? Damn.
Where was the black mothers?
Well, it turns out it was a campaign and it wasn't against their will or nothing. It was a campaign. These kids are who wanted to cut their hair and she just made it seem like
so they wanted to cut their hair.
Yeah. But the imagery that it created was that you need to cut your hair in order to fit in. And people didn't like that. All right. Now this right here, Howard University of Divinity, there was a building that is still owned by Howard. Okay. Oh well. It's been deleted. Hold on.
See, that's why you've been told over.
Did you see it?
And over. Just screenshot shit.
Did you see it?
I don't recall seeing it, but it was definitely up there.
They deleted the page, but there was a video of some young white kids going through an old HBCU, and they went through a library.
Yes, I saw that. And they were pointing out all the old books and
stuff.
Showed
books from the 1890s. Why would a HBCU... They still own the building, but they no longer use the property.
So they should have took the books and stuff out of there and put it into the university.
Black historical figure books from 1890s is in there.
I saw it.
And you just leave it.
Damn, why did they delete that?
They probably, because some people said that they didn't want to delete it so that white kids wouldn't go there and tear it up. Because the white kids that went in there, there was a fear they're going to find out it's an HBCU and go in there and burn it down or something. So I guess that's why they deleted the page. All right. Hold on.
The chick that went viral for her hair was Jay-Z's NFL initiative. White women using paper scissors on hair. Let you know what those initiatives were about. They know they used to use shears for their shit.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me do this right quick.
Well, black people do have different textures of hair. Some blacks can get their hair cut with shears.
Like sheep? Yeah, what do they call it?
That's gonna get her mind to tingling and thinking, if this nigga saying this, then
hey, there's a sheep and a goat. Weeds and a wheat.
This nigga part of the damn not paper scissors.
All right.
Oh shit.
Speaking of what happened when you want to be around other cultures instead of standing your own, you weaken the political strength of your own. Descendants fight to maintain historic black communities. Keeping their legacy alive is complicated. You saw this?
A little bit.
What did you get from this, from what you got?
I said a little bit.
So none. All right. Sally Ann Robinson proudly stands in the front yard of her grandson's South Carolina home. The sixth generation native of the island, once thriving Gula community, remembers the relatives hosting meals and imparting life lessons on the next generation. So what they're saying is, there's a lot of. Go ahead.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
There's a whole bunch of black communities or neighborhoods or whatever you want to call it in America that are being threatened to be taken away as far as the land, mainly because they don't have the political or financial power to stop people from buying it up.
The resources.
So the people have moved out and went to the ones who could at least moved out and went to the suburb areas, and now you've weakened your communities that were mainly black. So they can't stave off the people who can come in and just buy the property and buy you out.
It's the Gula people.
It's not just them, it's multiple. Black-owned land is under siege in Brazos Valley. Acre by acre, families have lost long-held property near Bryan and College Station, much of it to the efforts of two men who weaponized arcane documents to acquire plots potentially worth millions.
She said, Honorable Sanders said they have the financial power. They need to stop giving the money to them churches.
Or you should give the money to the churches, and the churches should be the ones that protect the property.
Stand on your business. We can bash males, though.
Coward. You should... If you're going to give the money to the church should take the money.
And that's the problem with the church.
They don't.
When the whole, my understanding was when you give your tie up to the church, there's some people that go to church that feel like, okay, when I'm in a pinch or I'm in a bind, I should be able to go to the church and ask, for help. But
yes.
That ain't always the case.
It definitely ain't nowadays.
Stay away from them churches.
Families stand together.
Females stand together.
Is that females? I'm sorry. All right, grandmother of Juneteenth, Opal Lee, forced out of her Fort Worth home by a racist mob in 1939, now gifted with the same land.
So they pretty much, she wanted to purchase the house back, the land.
Mm-hmm.
No, she wanted to purchase the land back, and because of her history, they gave it to her for free. And not only that, they're also building a house on the land.
Should that be celebrated, or they just did what they should have done?
They gave it to her for free.
Is that a good thing, or?
It's a good thing.
No.
Why should she have to pay for land that the mob kicked her and her family off of? That was stolen. I shouldn't have to pay for stolen property.
I know it's a good thing for her. I'm saying, should we celebrate them for doing what they should do?
We're celebrating the fact that she got her land back.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not celebrating the people.
And she was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. She's known as the grandmother of Juneteenth.
Yeah. So congratulations to her.
So she got her land back.
All right. We're going to run through some of this. Reparations gained historic minimum in 2023 because of California's
Uncle
efforts.
asking for equality, LOL. I just watched a documentary based in South Carolina where it put two men in jail for not leaving their land.
They're doing it all over the country, they've been doing that historically. So
you probably got every Tyler Perry movie. So I learned from them. I stand with my culture, my people.
Yeah, I love
Opal.
Just so I ain't gonna go through
Honorable,
this.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, she kind of got you right there on code.
Would you prefer war, honorably?
Well, I'm gonna say this on code.
There is a civil war.
There's going to be, and Umar talked about that too. There's going to be a black civil war. It's not going to be a black woman, black man civil war. It's going to be a politics and social views civil war.
Well, if we gonna keep it a buck, the black woman is the last fight.
What you mean?
You are the last dragon.
So when you conquer the world, you gotta go.
The black woman is the last fight. To me personally, because in this society,
traumatized.
She's traumatized, and she's being put over the black man. So to get her back in her right state of mind, that's gonna be a lot of work. That's why we have to work on self first.
Yeah.
Then as we work on self first,
outward
black men, and we got to go attack these other communities to get this shit in order. Then
the big dog.
The big dog. The big dog.
All of you out of my goddamn house. Out, damn spot.
I don't know how that happened. I didn't mean to press that.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Agent Provocateur.
Agent Provocateur. Let's fight.
Oh, shit.
You don't have the numbers. Well, wow, that's a lioness talking.
That's a lion.
That is a fucking lioness talking. Two fucking lions. She's saying, yeah, y'all big and strong, but y'all niggas ain't got the numbers. It's more black women than it is black men.
We're not going to get into that discussion. Let's move on.
Male lions are stronger than lioness.
Who said that?
Male lions are stronger than lionesses. Are you crazy?
Oh, yeah, I thought you said that.
She said, you ain't got the fucking numbers. Now, hold. Is she talking about a war against us, or is she talking about us
The world?
or going against the world? Wait a minute. This is crazy.
All right, let's move on.
CIA created black feminism. I don't want the black woman to work on cell. They offended by that. Gloria Steinem gave us feminism and
most women move in silence.
That's true.
Wait, hold on.
I did see how they.
What did I say about granddaddy and grandmama?
Oh, you mean
You gotta say it again. We good. I'm just saying. She said they move in silence.
Oh, you mean like dropping a few drops of bleach in the coffee every morning? Is that what we talking about? Rosy Smile?
All right. Mother of black child 10 sentenced for urination.
I beat 50 chicks by myself, honorable.
Here y'all go.
He said,
hold
once
on.
again,
We're not talking about beating no.
What he said? He said he'll beat the wig off your ass. That's what he said about the training in UK. Orko said he'd beat the wigs off your asses.
All right. Mother of black child 10 sentenced for urinating in public, refused to sign probation terms. So the young black boy who used the bathroom outside his mama's car.
You remember what Martin said to Monique? I won't fight a woman, but I'll beat a bitch's ass.
I try to be quiet around here. I'm under attack.
Oh, shit.
All right, well, let's stop attacking Honorable.
Leave Honorable alone.
All right, so what you think about this? The young boy who peed behind his mama's car, they were going to put him on probation. They're no longer signing the probation terms. I guess they're going to try to go against it. She has she got Ben Crump. Is it Ben Crump now? Working with her. So she ain't going to go along with the get along. What do you think about this?
She's gotten
It's not Ben Crump, by the way. I'm sorry. Carlos Moore. Go ahead.
What was it? What's the attorney name again?
Carlos Moore.
Okay, no, that's not the same dude. Yeah. When I read this was crazy. He pissed behind a car.
Yeah, this is the update. We talked about this.
The crazy. They're gonna put him on probation for 3 months, make him write a essay on Kobe Bryant. That's some nigga shit.
They said when writing about Kobe Bryant.
The mother first of all, the mother should have never signed off and said it was okay. But then when she saw it in the writing, in the details, that he has to submit a piss test every month. And she like, this is some crazy shit. This is like an adult. The little kid has to submit a piss test like he's on adult probation, not juvenile's probation.
Oh, have mercy.
You're around alphas honorably on social engineering, evolution. Honorable Sienna slander will not be tolerated. Thank you. Throwing rocks and hiding hand. Blackmail bashing will not be tolerated. Stand down, Sachet.
Oh, y'all working together now? The lines, y'all lines better work out. You better watch out.
Dishonorable is a constant attack. Facts, George. I told Regina don't come today. Laughing my ass off. She ain't bashed y'all. Sun kiss, whatever. The fuck, don't come for me. You don't know me, motherfucker.
You don't know me.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Because I told Regina.
All right.
I'm putting busters on their back today.
Well, let's move on. Philly LGBTQ activist. It's funny you talked about that just a while ago. Philly LGBTQ activist charged with
11 o'clock, an activist well known for
rape and sexual assault of 2 children. Officials have arrested Kendall Stevens, a 37-year-old activist from the LGBTQ community. He has been charged with multiple counts of rape, sexual assault, and corruption of minors.
This was a one with the wig on. UNDC. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You leaking up? They want to leak up.
A prominent LGBTQ rights activist in Philadelphia is accused of raping 2 children. On Monday, December 18th, police arrested Kendall Stevens.
Just like what happened with that white dude.
Huh?
You remember the white politician or something?
What you talking about?
That was with the 13-year-old kid, 14, 15-year-old kid?
I don't remember that one. I don't remember right now.
I can't remember the name.
Shocker. Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
So I don't even think we got to go through this one. I'm just going to play this video right quick. Let me just play this.
for standing up for LGBTQ rights is at the center of a rape investigation. Good morning, everyone. I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
Oh, shit.
Kendall Stevens now stands accused of taking advantage of others. NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Vai live for us in Center City with a closer look at the charges and this case. Miguel.
Yeah, Keith, we were able to get the affidavit of probable cause here from court detailing disturbing allegations against Kendall Stevens. Those include rape and corruption of minors against prominent LGBTQ activist Kendall Stevens. So Stevens, who was a part of the district attorney's LGBTQ advisory committee, as well as a well-known activist for LGBTQ issues here in Philadelphia, was arrested yesterday. Her case being handled by the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office for prosecution.
Dookie chasers
and ties to the district attorney's office. The 37-year-old is accused of rape and endangering the welfare of two brothers aged 14 and 9 years old. The report says the children's grandmother went to police in late September, reporting
okay, she know what I'm talking about.
A family friend assaulted her grandchildren. At one point, according to the report, telling a child that if he told anyone what she was doing to him, he would be locked up. The kid's grandmother called authorities after the boy's 7-year-old brother saw.
Kiefer said this guy was friends with a white guy that murdered by that black kid.
Oh, really? So it
what the fuck is
group.
that? He talking about
birds of a feather. Wait, talking about this?
No, he talking about the grandmother.
No, he talking about this person right here.
That's the grandmother.
That ain't no grandmother. That's the damn tranny. The hell you?
I didn't know.
And his 9-year-old brother, and told his grandmother. So disturbing allegations that we're getting a look at right now. A judge set Stevens bail.
All right, so y'all got the story. Birds of a feather, I guess, if that's the same person from the other dude's case. I mean, they would protect your children. But
Travis can't tell the genders now.
Let me ask this question.
Well, everybody got big wigs on.
Let me ask this question. This crime that this person committed, is this filed in the category of men or women?
Not sure.
Is he considered, when he has to register as a sex offender, will be as a man or a woman?
I'm a man.
I'm a man. Go ahead.
As an IT professional, I thought SA meant system admin, not sissy.
Sissy sauce.
Category of it.
I'm a man, baby.
All right. He registers as Pat.
Pat. All right. This is another story we talked about a few weeks ago, maybe last week, with the mother whose son was ran over by police, and for months she searched for answers about what happened to her son. They never told her until after the guy who had the answers retired, and they finally told her that he was buried with a bunch of John Does in a unmarked gravesite. And this became a story, and now we found that there's multiple people's family members buried out there. Third Mississippi man is buried in a pauper's grave without family's knowledge. It says a third man in Mississippi has been discovered buried in a pauper cemetery without his relative knowledge, despite authorities knowing the identities of the deceased. So they knew who these dudes were. They knew what their families was, but they decided to bury them. Now,
shout out to Regina.
Oh, Regina.
Currently in practice for Showtime. Just wanted to say Happy New Year's to the gods and goddesses in the chat. Been a blessing hanging in with y'all in the 2023. Hold your hats for 2024. There's some shit coming in 2024.
There's a lot of shit coming. But there's a conspiracy that people have that these police officers, and especially in Mississippi in this area, that they're killing people haphazardly and just throwing their bodies in unmarked graves.
Yeah.
So,
well, the second one in the article was a white dude. He died with an overdose in methamphetamine. Mm-hmm. So it's not just the blacks they're doing this to. They're doing it to the whites too. And the third one was another black male who was killed and wrapped up. Mm-hmm. But they all had identification cards on them or some sort of identification so you can reach out to their family and let them know.
Yeah.
But they're saying because, you know, the police department is suffering. They don't have enough staff.
Make a call.
That's something the morgue is supposed to do as well.
Well, it sounds like they're not even taking them to the morgue. They just don't want to do paperwork and just throwing their body in the ground.
Dirty South. Shaking my head. That's sad. Damn, it's a swamp grinder.
All right. Attorney Ben Crump, representing family of 3 men who were found in the pauper's grave. So he's jumping on the case.
Yep.
As always. Shout out to Ben Crump, I guess.
Take your time.
My oldest son that I never would have thought that he would leave before me. This kind of way. How they just got him and just throwed him in a hole like he wasn't nobody. Like he wasn't important. They just did what they wanted to do with it, and that wasn't right.
So that's an unfortunate story. I don't know what justice would look like in this case. What do you think? I don't
know what justice would look like. I can't really say that they should be compensated for. I think the justice would be them providing and paying for the funeral services. That would be the justice.
What about the one where the police ran him over? That's a criminal case.
That's kind of iffy because he was crossing over in a four lane highway at nighttime and he didn't see him. It's illegal to cross over a freeway, so that's like an accident. I can't justify locking somebody up if somebody's illegally crossing a highway and it's dark at night and I don't see you. Allegedly, that's all alleged.
Allegedly, that's all alleged.
But she's thinking they did that intentionally because something happened with her brother.
Yeah, saying they had run-ins with people in her family already. So
the mother is out to believe that the police department is after her family. I can't take that away from her. I'm just saying, by what was told, it was an accident. Okay. Mississippi documentary on Amazon is probably one of the most compelling things I've watched in years. Must see.
You said the Mississippi.
I think it's intentional.
I believe so too. I don't think it's an accident. Then you didn't tell her. That's the part that made me think.
Yeah, that is the part.
You didn't tell her for months.
But you can also go into the fact and say the other 2 gentlemen that they found, they didn't tell them either. An officer, they weren't killed by an officer.
We'll see how they get around it.
We'll see how they get around it.
They're gonna try. Damn if they don't. All right. Democratic mayors renew pleas for federal help and coordination with Texas over migrant crisis. Hey, Governor Bott is.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's packing them the fuck up and getting them out of Texas and sending them to blue states. That's what he's supposed to do.
So now I can just play the video of him talking. Let me just play it. Sorry, hold on.
Seeing a record number of crossing at our southern border. What that means for us in New York City is another surge in migrants arriving at our doors. To better coordinate these arrivals today, I'm announcing an executive order requiring charter buses transporting migrants, those often contracted by the state of Texas, to provide 32-hour notice in advance of their arrival into New York City.
You get what you vote for,
clear,
LOL.
This is not stopping people from coming, but about ensuring the safety of migrants and making sure they can arrive in a coordinated and orderly way.
Now, keep in mind, they are saying more migrants are coming over the border than children born in the United States. They officially surpassed the amount of children born in the United States versus the amount of migrants coming in through the border. Right? And the migrants
That's
going
not
to
by accident.
Yeah, the migrants that's going to New York and Chicago and stuff, they don't want to be put. They don't want to be put in random places. They want to be put in the suburbs, high-end places that
can cater to their lifestyle they're accustomed to, I suppose.
They are being picky now with where they get sent.
Yeah, they were picky with what they wanted to eat. I don't eat no damn tuna.
Like
they
Martin.
wanted damn Spanish rice and tamales, and they wanted homemade hot food. They didn't want no damn tuna sandwich.
Hey, they been promised it. Told them to come. They coming. All right. Eric Adams says he hasn't met with Biden about immigrant crisis in 2023. So as of December 28th, all of 2023, he still haven't got to sit down with Biden.
And he said he met with him in 2021 2 or 3 times. He met with him in 2020 1 or 2 times, but in 2024,
nada.
Biden is
persona non grata.
Mayor Adams is not on his radar.
He ain't worried about nothing.
He's got bigger fish to fry. He's dealing with the Ukrainians.
He also dealing with. He said that they might end up having to go to war with Russia. He said it. Just military might have to have a face-to-face with Russia. Texas migrants fly heading into New York City, diverted to Philadelphia. So now Governor Abbott is flying them in, not just busting them in.
Yeah,
he's flying them into these other states.
Man, he don't do no designated time. As soon as you get here, get on the plane, get on the bus, get the fuck out.
And he also, Texas Governor Abbott flies migrants to Chicago in protest of city ordinance. Also, another thing he's doing, remember they passed that law where if you look like you're an illegal migrant, they will stop you, frisk you, see your ID. If you're not a citizen, they will immediately put you over the border.
I think Kiefer might be out.
Oh,
She's
okay.
waving.
You said what?
She's waving. She might be leaving.
No, I think she's saying bye to those migrants.
Oh, bye.
So Texas governor, he's found them in Chicago as well. Then you got.
But did you see the script for the last 10 years is to insert a black mayor and spew the nonsense and confuse the people. Yeah,
and
confusion to the people. Yeah,
and then flood them with the people that's meant to replace your.
But you
black
remember in the
population.
article, it also says clapping. LOL. You remember in the article that it also says that I don't know if we got to this yet. That Mayor Adams is also trying to create where he's finding places in South America to send the migrants back to South America.
They ain't want to go back. Why would I come across the border if you're gonna send me back?
Well, he's scouting out South America, the good places to send them to.
They would have go there themselves. They come from there. They could have walked there themselves.
That's why they we already came from them suburbs. We like the American suburbs better.
Chicago mayor slams Texas Governor Abbott as reckless at the migrant bus arrivals.
Oh, he don't want him dropping them off on the weekends.
Yeah.
And he want him to drop them off between 8:30 and noon. And Mayor Abbott said, fuck you.
We just send them.
As soon as they get here, we flying them in, I busting them in.
Chicago mayor on Migrant Crisis. Entire country is now at stake without significant assistance from Biden. And Biden ain't hearing none of that. He going on, but he ignoring this entire southern border situation. Residents sue city of... This is the oldest story.
So it's his VP, Kamala.
Yeah. I didn't see this story. This apparently is a story from early November. Residents sue city of Chicago proposing migrant housing facility in Bridgeton Park. I feel like we talked about it, but apparently there's been no real update to the story on the lawsuit alleged. It was pending last I saw.
Wasn't it $1 billion?
I don't know about $1 billion, but I haven't seen any updates on
Black
it. Black
mayors and white governors go hand in hand, literally. Hand in hand.
Yeah, this is late November. Chicago migrants state to fund Bridgeton Park migrant camp brick and mortar site in Little Village. So they end up going through with it. I know that part. That's why they was mad when they did the vote about bringing in the migrants through the ordinance and not getting rid of the sanctuary city status. They voted against even having a vote.
Biden administration.
Biden administration warns Texas it will sue if state implements strict immigration law. That's the law I was talking about where if they think you look like a illegal immigrant, they'll just stop you.
But you can do it in New York. You can do stop and frisk.
Well, this right here is trying to say you're not a citizen. If you don't look like a citizen, they can check for your ID or whatever. If you ain't got one, send you right across the border.
Well, you don't look like you contribute to the society in a good way. You like you sell drugs, so we're going to stop and frisk you. Discrimination is discrimination.
That's true.
On our education system.
I'm not going to play this. This is
$1 billion Chicago migrant lawsuit.
Yeah, I haven't seen no update on this. I tried to look. This is from a video on YouTube.
A lot of them Prince Hall.
From the NBC YouTube channel. I haven't seen any update on it, so I'm guessing it just kind of went away. So we'll see, though. California becomes first state to offer health insurance to all undocumented immigrants.
Are you kidding me? But we have to get... Fuck Obama, by the way. Fuck Obama and his Obamacare and his bullshit where, you know, even though I pay for health insurance, I don't have a problem with paying for health insurance. I don't like the part where I am forced to. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a difference between me volunteering to purchase it versus if you don't get health insurance, we're going to penalize you on your fucking taxes.
Look at George.
That's the problem I have with his ass.
So fuck Newsom. So about 700,000 adults between ages 26 and 49 will be eligible as of January 1st,
y'all blacks in California. Yeah, it is. It is just ridiculous. This is what y'all tolerate.
California will welcome the new year by becoming the first state to offer health insurance to all undocumented immigrants. Starting January 1st, all undocumented immigrants, regardless of age, will qualify for Medicare, Medi-Cal, California version of federal Medicaid program for people with low incomes. Previously, undocumented immigrants were not qualified to receive comprehensive health insurance, but were allowed to receive emergency and pregnancy-related services. Yada yada yada.
That is how you know they're arming the immigrants.
Obama
already making the GO.A.T video was wild, truly brilliant.
They're already making them cops, so giving them health care seemed to be the obvious answer. Biden administration announces $250 million Ukraine military assistance package as U.S. exhausts available funds. So they're saying this is the last package. They have no more money to give. This is it. You think this is actually it, or is this them?
That's not it.
Or do you think this is them saying, okay, it's time to negotiate a peace treaty now? We got the real war popping off. America may be ready to go at it with Russia. We see Iran and Russia is dropping the dollar now, apparently. America just bombed some Iranian.
It should have been it like 20 payments ago.
America just bombed Iran. Iran just killed some Mossad agents, Mossad agents, apparently. So Iran is ready to. The Persians are ready. The Persians are ready.
Fuck with me. That's their motto. We the Persians. Fuck with me.
And right here in America, retail theft has gotten so bad, Walmart is building a police station inside an Atlanta store. Now, is this criminality or desperation?
This is desperation.
We've seen the prices. Then you got self-checkout?
I don't really like self-checkout.
Why?
I just prefer to go. I do self-checkout, but I prefer to go to a cashier.
Okay. Now here's the funny part. As you always say, it's always Martin Luther King Drive. When the Walmart on Atlanta's Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, you hear that? It's on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
Like the Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Rainier here.
It says drive reopens next May after arsonists set fire to the big box store. It will come with a new feature to hit back at growing wave of crime.
Walmarts are actually FEMA camps.
Yeah, I heard
Walmart already got RoboCops in the parking lot.
According to Atlanta city officials, it will include for the first time a police department substation to reduce the risk of theft and violence in a store viewed as critical to the low-income neighborhood of Vine City.
Why ATL being singled out? Walmart has closed locations due to theft. That's true.
This is when they're gonna put a John.
MK is scary. LOL.
You gotta tuck your purse and grab your pearls because the danger's over there, boy. All right. Yeah, they're going out to Atlanta because they need that store in Atlanta probably, so they decided we're gonna try a different way. Instead
you gotta tuck the pearls in the purse and bring out that piece of steel. That's what you got to do.
Instead of just closing the store, they decided to just put a police substation in there. All right, Ozempic may be getting a weight loss drug alternative. I'm only showing this to say
capitalism.
So it's capitalism. That's the only reason why I'm showing this. Capitalism.
Now, you don't want to speak on it?
Go ahead.
Now, they know that Ozempic is not for weight loss, so they turn it into a weight loss drug.
Because they see everybody using it. Moneymaker.
And these people gonna go out there and take it too.
Yeah.
Instead of getting in the gym, hitting the gym, and working hard to achieve a body that you want.
All right, now let me hear your opinion on this. What's your thing?
It's too bad. It's too bad that's where all the good hair stores are in Washington.
Oh, well, the niggas, yeah. Yeah, go to the niggas to get the good stuff. But it's the most dangerous place. The food.
That's the black area.
It is what it is.
I don't know about the food.
Okay. Maker of suicide pod plans to launch in Switzerland. Now, did you see this? What do y'all think about there being a such thing as suicide pods where people get to choose when they kill themselves?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's depopulation to me.
You think so?
You provide these pods for people to commit suicide. People go through depression, and on this day, I may be feeling overwhelmed with my depression, and I take myself out, and then what? But maybe later I would feel bad. I don't think they should supply people with death beds to lie in and die.
I think they have age requirements and other requirements before they're like.
Well, you know that's how they start off.
You have to already be sick. You have to already have some type of, and you just saying, I'm ready to go now.
You know that's how they start off.
It said the company behind the 3D printed pod, which can help carry out assisted suicide, has said it is confident it will use in Switzerland as early as next year. Sarko commissioned a Swiss legal expert who found that the machine did not break any laws in the country. Other lawyers would question its findings. The legal debate, the current method used in Switzerland is to provide the person with a series of liquids that, if ingested, will end the person's life. By contrast, the pod, which can be placed anywhere, is flooded with nitrogen, reducing the oxygen levels rapidly. The process would take a person inside to lose consciousness and die in approximately 10 minutes.
What's up with all this death shit going on in Switzerland? That's where the tunnel is.
That's where the
CERN.
The CERN tunnel,
That's where the CERN is in Switzerland. When Ozempic can target the belly fat, they can count me in. That was honorable. White people want to be off this planet ASAP by all means possible because they know
the end
is here and it's coming for their ass.
They're going to hide in the mountains, hide under the rocks.
Depopulation, yes. I'm starting to think all this stuff is an attack on doctors. The trans nonsense is now this. Who's signing off on these cases?
Yeah, Sarunos, the horn guy. Yeah, that's a good one. I think because it has not been approved in Switzerland. They said they want to get it approved, which we know there's other places that do have legal suicide where you can get taken out legally. I think
it should exist.
Is Canada one?
Well, you know, Canada let anything fly in that damn country.
I could have sworn Canada was one. I can't remember now. But how do you feel about people being allowed to legally commit suicide?
No
at all.
No.
So a person who has cancer,
when it's their time, it's their time.
So I'm just gonna say the argument. Not saying I agree. You're okay with somebody being forced to suffer for months?
They're not suffering.
Weeks.
The Most High has an expiration date for you. He don't give you nothing that you can't handle.
So the pain ain't suffering?
He don't give you nothing that you can't handle.
But it's pain though.
It's not your decision when you leave this planet.
I'm just saying, that's the argument they're gonna make. It's pain. I want to feel it. You know. Oh yes, Canada is one. Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, Canada is the place where you're allowed to kill yourself if you meet certain requirements, obviously.
Yeah, Melissa Ford's mother killed herself. Remember?
Oh, she did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's from Canada.
Let me show this.
I like Honorable. She got belly fat and she's spicy and she asks good questions. She does.
Hard eyes.
Assistant medical suicide. This is white power to decide the ending. This is white people to white people
Shantae
to
said
decide.
team belly fat.
What's good, y'all?
Oh, what up?
Drakey Drake.
All right, what y'all think about this?
Honorable, you got to do squats.
What you think about this? COVID mask mandates return to hospitals in 5 states. Hey, look, listen. Remember, they haven't talked about COVID. They stopped talking about COVID in like February. They stopped talking about COVID. They wouldn't mention it on TV. News wouldn't speak about COVID. The last 2 months or so, we're going into 2024. You're starting to see them ramp up the COVID discussion again. We got a new variant. I don't know the name of it.
J something.
There's a new variant now. We're going into 2024 for the election. I'm just saying.
She said, hold up. Shh. I didn't say I had belly fat. wait.
You say you...
You said that when they started selling... Oh, you talking about for other women? You can count your support?
Oh, you talking about you just want to just... I don't get it.
I'm not reading that.
All right. 2024 is coming.
Yeah.
All right. Zombie deer disease, a slow-moving disaster for humans, scientists warn. I saw this article, and the first thing I thought of is leave the world behind. Remember the deer in the movie represented an ominous end for the world?
Yep.
And now you got zombies running around with this disease that scientists are warning. Once again, we're going in 2024. That scientists are warning could end up impacting human population now, not just the deers.
Girl, you know you got that cushion for the push in?
That push water.
Travis ain't reading the undisputed truth. George.
All right, scientists are warning of a rare and fatal illness in deer. Chronic wasting disease is a slow-moving disaster for humans. CWD, or colloquially known as zombie deer disease, was previously detected in Yellowstone National Park for the first time in November, sparking concerns among wildlife experts and conservationists. After running multiple diagnostic tests, the National Park Service confirmed the presence of the disease is an adult male mule deer found near Yellowstone Lake. The deer was part of a population study in Wyoming's Game and Fish Department and had been fitted with a GPS collar. The disease, which leaves animals drooling, lethargic, stumbling, and with a blank stare, has been found in 800 samples of deer, elk, and moose across Wyoming. However, ever since
not with Black Mamba over here.
However, since Yellowstone's first CWD test, it has raised concerns that a fatal brain disease may someday spread to humans, according to some scientists. You think this is fear mongering or
a little bit of both?
A little bit of fear mongering to try to get some
truth and fear mongering.
Donations. What did they say?
Nothing.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm switching career to IG trainer if they can't target belly fat. Brilliant. That's white. Travis did deny it, so it must be facts.
Automated robots attack Tesla employee during brutal malfunction at company's Texas factory. So a robot that's
beating the shit
was built to put stuff together, ended up attacking one of the workers and injuring his hand, I think, and drew blood. So the robots drew first blood.
Yeah, the bro. So yeah, third store. Where are all the Black Eyed Peas? So honorable Santa believing that witchcraft of eat Black Eyed Peas on the New Year's Eve, and then you have good luck for the next year. I bet you got some pork in line too.
Mm-hmm. A Tesla engineer,
but I ain't gonna lie, I did get a bag of Black Eyed Peas from Safeway for work.
Mm-hmm. A Tesla engineer attacked by a malfunctioning robot in a company's Gigafactory in Texas, USA, sparked safety concerns and allegations of underreported injuries and workers' death, raising questions about Tesla's compliance with agreements and safety practices in the state. Two witnesses reportedly watched in horror as their fellow staff member was physically assaulted by a machine designed to grab and move freshly cast aluminum car parts. The robot in question had reportedly pinned the working man, who was then
So was the robot arrested?
No, who was then programmed software for two disabled Tesla bionic machines in close proximity before burrowing his metal claws into the employee's back and arm,
lawsuit
causing a trail of blood along the factory.
Killer Instinct, Forgore, ultimate combo. You know what? I played with Forgore when I had to go against the game.
Yeah,
because he the last one you face before you face that the two-headed thing you got to fight in the end.
Yeah.
And Forgore don't play.
Yeah,
because he can do that disappear. That Forgore don't play.
Killer
I believe in my grandma, and I use turkey.
Okay, I'm sorry.
A turkey ass.
I'm sorry, Miss Ma'am. Fulgore. Fulgore. All right.
Igor.
Okay, hold on. Our favorite character was Cinder, by the way. I'm just going to get that out.
Your favorite character was... I had two. Maybe three. I like that Orchid. Jado. Jaden, Jado, whatever. And what's the other one?
This thing.
What you talking about?
Making you get an ice bath again.
What do you mean?
I know you're talking about.
Saberwolf.
Oh yeah.
Our cousin liked him too.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's you and three other people liked it.
Cinder.
I didn't fuck with Cinder.
TJ Combo gets no love.
And the ice, the one with the ice, Glacius.
Yeah,
him too.
TJ was my cousin normally used to like TJ.
He liked him.
He liked the boxer.
But the other two cousins, they like the one you like.
Cinder, yeah. All right.
TJ Combo gets no love.
Google agrees to settle in $5 billion lawsuit accusing the company of tracking users in incognito mode.
Oh,
who didn't know this? Go ahead.
Hold on, sorry. So the TJ Combo. Remember, we did a breakdown. We talked about somebody else talked about how the black man's superpower is his strength. Is always boxers when they put him in games.
Yeah. Whenever you look at historically, the black American boxer was always viewed equal to a superhero. They used to put a black American boxer in comic books with Superman and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was viewed as a superpower, the black American boxer.
Yeah.
But anybody surprised that Google is still tracking people in the incognito mode?
No.
Watching stuff that got no business. What you in incognito mode for?
Yeah, why would you? You watch that shit on regular.
So I'm surprised people. They got $5 billion. They won a lawsuit against them when we all knew they still were striking it.
So are the people that they were, tracking? Are they gonna get some of the money too? iPhone always allows you to use private browser. Really?
Yeah. No, I won't get paid. It said lawsuit covered millions of Google users and sought $5,000 in damages per user, or 3 times the actual damages, whichever was greater. So it's a couple million people that's gonna get a check. But yeah, the lawsuit has sought $5 billion, was filed in 2020. And the U.S. District Court, Northern District of California, covered millions of Google users seeking damages in the amount of $5,000 per user. Google parent company Alphabet Inc. is accused of illegally collecting information about what people are viewing online and what they are doing in their browser through the various applications and web plugins, including Google Analytics and Google Ad Manager. We already knew this, though.
Google sent me a bunny from Germany. They like the blocks.
But I agree with Brilliant.
Google sued itself for $1 billion.
That's exactly what they did. They got in on the lawsuit for themselves. Let me go ahead and go to the next thing. Hold on, y'all. All right. I'm going to run through some politics right quick. They still trying to go for the big dog, Trump.
Trump said he's not even going to be facing Biden and Kamala in the 24 election. He's like, there's absolutely no way they're going to run. Like, what a loser.
They're going to run. Maine bars Trump from ballots as U.S. Supreme Court weighs states' authority to block former president.
Our forefathers would be so disappointed.
Forefathers, my ass. Funny enough, though, he's back on the Colorado list because they taking it to court. And while it's going to court, Trump back on ballot in Colorado.
Grand Rising. Shout out to Tommy.
What up, Tommy?
Grand Rising.
So you see here, Trump is back on the ballot in Colorado while state Republicans appeal ban to Supreme Court.
Yeah.
How many states are trying to do this so far? And like 6,
blue
7
states.
Pretty much all the blue states. They all gonna try to get
Y'all
on the
don't
ballot.
qualify.
You don't qualify. Nikki Haley pissed a lot of people off. He pissed a lot of people off.
Why are they so mad though?
But it wasn't really the black people. It was
the liberals.
Yeah, I guess you say liberals. It was the fake.
The
liberals.
libertards.
It was them the ones that made this a bigger issue.
The Democratic
I guess.
shields.
So it said Nikki Haley defends leaving slavery out as cause of civil war after backlash. Let me play what she had to say.
Please, what was the cause of the United States Civil War?
Now, let me ask this question. Doesn't it seem like a kind of weird question to ask a presidential candidate?
Yeah. Like, are we in history class?
Like, what is the point of this question? If she said slavery, like,
are they trying to test her knowledge? Or
was this just a gotcha that they were trying to get? Because she's trying to appeal to her conservative white audience. And if you don't say slavery, immediately you're going to get the liberal and the black audience pissed off.
Nikki Haley is a psychopath.
Same as Hillary Clinton.
Same as crookery.
Ain't she Indian? Her last name
Yes, she's Indian.
She's Indian. She changed her name she got married, obviously.
She married a Caucasian white
and she
man.
got a black, what do you call it?
Son-in-law.
Who she made sure to put pictures out with.
She checked off the boxes.
She made sure to show
Haley
that.
pissed me off, but Charlamagne has been supporting her, so he has been flagged.
Oh, he's a red flag now?
Well, don't come with an easy question or anything.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'll interrupt. It does make more sense for him to ask this question. Because what they're doing with Trump right now, the last couple of years, honestly, could lead to a civil war.
What? Yeah.
You hear me? What they're doing with Trump right now could lead to a civil war.
That's what they're trying to pop off.
Yeah, so maybe that's why he asked the question, like, you know how this started, right? And she just didn't say slavery. She said all the reasons.
I mean, I think the cause of the Civil War was basically how government was going to run, the freedoms and what people could and couldn't do. What do you think the cause of the Civil War was?
She said we need to know. All the slavery questions need to be asked.
I'm sorry? I mean, I think it always comes down to the role of government. We need to have capitalism. We need to have economic freedom. We need to make sure that we do all things so that individuals have the liberties so that they can have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to do or be anything they want to be without government getting in the way.
Thank you. And then in the year 2023, it's astonishing to me that you answer that question without mentioning the word slavery.
What do you want me to say about slavery? Next question.
She ain't playing with his ass.
I guess
Now, I want to ask this question. It is true that the Civil War had a lot to do with the banking system.
That was part of it.
What they call the Federal Reserve. That had a lot to do with the Civil War as well.
She got no ass. Get off the stage where Sarah Palin old ass at.
Oh, you want Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin got ass? Typical
Palin,
white woman response.
Sarah Palin was the starter of them. The typical white woman response. Yeah, she not. Her base don't care.
She sucks.
Her base doesn't care about her mentioning slavery. So I'm wondering why she responded to it so much. Like, what does it hurt that you didn't mention slavery?
Well, maybe some of the blacks.
The black people that's gonna vote for her do not care if she don't mention slavery and why Civil War happened.
Well, they like, why are you bringing that shit up again? That's in the past.
In the South, it's a given that it's about slavery. To me, it was about
garbage person shaking my head.
It's bigger than slavery. That was such a stain on our history. But what do you take from it going forward? Yes, of course, slavery can never happen again. But going forward, doesn't that mean we should focus on the freedoms of people to live their life, not to have government, not to have any other person tell them what they can and can't do? That's been trampled on the past few years. That's the part we want to make sure we never take anything away from. So look, I mean, you guys can make it about something else, but if you look at my record in South Carolina, we dealt with this a whole lot more than these people. And what I'll tell you is, yes, you can acknowledge a point in history, but what do you do with that point in history? You got to make sure the lessons constantly go forward so that we never see it again.
She said a lot of politician shit.
Palin had and has way more ass than none. You don't know that. People are waking up every day. Stop counting our people out. She's addressing you.
What I say
when
wrong?
you said they don't care. Well, she's kind of addressing me too. We were like, you said that black people that are conservative are not going to care about
her not mentioning slavery.
Addressing slavery.
I don't think most of them will. That's just my opinion, though.
So,
Palin.
Yeah, George said she had some cakes on her.
Palin had no damn ass. George was tripping. George, what?
Flapjacks.
Don't maybe put Sarah Palin on the screen and expose you. Put Sarah Palin on the screen and show what you really chasing. What
Right,
pink toes you have.
And then you go. You start drooling.
Hold on.
Then nigga promoting white women.
Somebody's done Sarah Palin.
Duke smoking.
Hold on.
Haley family owned slaves, and her mammy was her daddy bedwench. And she don't want to talk about it.
That's your lady, George. That's who you call
Duke.
That's who you promote.
Was slipping.
George, don't tell me that's who you promote.
You're supposed to type in Sarah Palin's ass. That is the objection of the conversation. We were talking about,
want to see Sarah
she got a fat ass or not?
Sarah Palin, I don't want to see Sarah. Because you type in Sarah Palin's name with an ass next to it, it ain't going to be Sarah Palin that pops up.
One bird, two wings. Democrats run social issues and Republicans run the business aspect. Republicans have to act as they care about social issues while they keep inventors and businesses happy.
Yeah, they have
investors, and businesses happy. Duke can see them cakes from that white frosting.
George says she does. All right, George. We'll take your word for it.
Is it cream cheese frosting? The marshmallow frosting?
All right. Y'all see what's going on in Argentina?
Buttercream frosting. Which is it?
Argentina formally announced that it won't join BRICS alliance in the latest public policy shift. BRICS, Argentina decided they ain't gonna join.
Yeah, Argentina is backing out of BRICS.
You think America got something to do with that?
They were gonna get hit with a couple bricks.
He's gonna be found with a couple bricks on his feet in the bottom of the ocean.
We ain't talking about the bricks you sell.
So we'll see.
You're gonna sell these bricks.
You're gonna drown with them. BRICS to grow as Saudi, Iran, UAE, Egypt, Ethiopia join rank. We already know about this. This is old news.
Oh, the bowling ball asses is joining.
Iran, Russia, ink deal to trade in local currencies dump U.S. dollar. Members of the Russia-led Eurasian Economic Union signed a fully fledged free trade agreement with Iran on December 25th. Did it on Christmas too. They did it on.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
You think they just capping? They ain't gonna drop the dollar. Iran and Russia have finalized an agreement to trade in their local currencies instead of U.S. dollar. Iran state medical reports on Wednesday. The agreement was finalized during the meeting between the governors of the two countries, central banks, and Russia. It said Both Iran and Russia are subject to U.S. sanctions. Banks and economic actors can now use infrastructures include non-SWIFT interbank system to deal in local currencies. So it's coming closer and closer. The Persians, U.S.-backed strikes on Iraq over drone attack blamed on Iran-aligned forces. You're seeing America do a lot more bombing in the Middle East with Iran and Iraq. Now they're talking about going to war. They're talking about going full war with Russia now. Lindsey Graham says U.S. should hit Iran base.
Lindsey Graham is always on Fox News promoting war, being a warmonger.
Like they said earlier, warmongers. Like Kiefer said, they're just warmongers.
Lindsey Graham is always doing that shit on Fox News.
You see what he had to say about hear what he said about Putin? He said that we need to send special forces into Russia and assassinate Putin.
Let's send his ass as the person over there to do it.
That's what Lindsey Graham said. So he want war. He wants
shit.
Smoke.
What the fuck he got to lose?
Top Iranian commander killed in Damascus airport strike. So we already talked about this and the stuff going on with these things. So the end is near. The war is ready. War and rumors of war. And the end times, they will reveal themselves and tell the truth. So they will spew truth in the next coming years. 2024 is around the corner. And we're going to see how much truth we get next year.
And a lot of y'all Negroes got to go.
And 2/3 got to go.
You got to go. Weeding you out.
All right, man. We don't kept y'all long enough. How long we been on here?
A certified 90 ass specialist.
Go to OBS. No, OBS. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. How much time is that? 23. This is a short episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. We got to go, y'all. We kept y'all long enough. We went through it all up. We talked about a lot of stuff.
U.S. has been in a war with somebody the majority, or if not, a lifetime.
Well, yeah.
It's all they know.
America has not.
Travis is first in line. Not long enough.
America has not had too many years where they weren't at war with somebody or invading somebody or overthrowing somebody. It's always
needs to be 3 hours.
We can't get you 3 today. Not today. Definitely had a lot to talk about next week, though.
So, this is the last episode of 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I would just like to thank everybody that chooses to come to this platform every Saturday and join us. I appreciate it. I enjoy spending time with all of you all.
The shit talking and all.
Hopefully, in 2024, we will be prepared for what is to come. And the Most High will shield us, give us discernment, and guide us how to get through this mess that is coming.
That's true.
I think we headed into a rough couple of years, and hopefully we will be able to endure it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right.
Have a good week, everyone.
You too, Kiefer. 3 hours is standard. Kiefer, get them on.
The end of a season. Well, hopefully, the people on this platform are roots and not branches and leaves.
All right, y'all. Good. Thank y'all for coming through, spending this time with us. As Travis said, really appreciate the support. We really, really do. Last episode of the year. We headed into 2024. Hopefully, all of y'all are protected. As we always say, defend yourself and always stay in high and positive energies.
Make sure you go get one of them things. One is a root.
Anyway, man, as always, please like it. Please share it if you can. Subscribe if you're not. And as always, y'all stay safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.
Head on a swivel.
Definitely head on a swivel.
Feminist roots is trash.